begin. That said, alrighty, here we go. So, I would like each and every single one of you to gather around the table and let me tell you all a Voden fable. To gather around for the tale of these survivors, the tale of the looming corruption and that of the mysteries within. For this be the infamous tale of the Ascent and the legendary tale of the Soulbound. Previously, our heroes were found once more in the arena of the gods, where our heroes would be up against the men of Mythos, Stan the Man Suplex, and Tony Takedown. They'd be transported into the squared circle surrounded by spirits and more, cheering for their victory and their downfall in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. Despite the ridiculous nature of the zombified wrestlers, our heroes would quickly learn they weren't champions just for show. With nearly instant kills happening to the likes of the Ascent, it's only a matter of time before one falls to the clutches of Erebos. Who it will be and who will suffer the casualty remains to be unknown, however. That said, survivors, listen now. With most of you, if not all, on death's door, will you survive or will you be put in a body bag in session 9 of The Ascent? That said, with everything ready to go, let us begin with today's session. Alrighty.
I remember when it was supposed to be 10 sessions to get to the mountain.
Yeah, I remember that too. You guys are still on. You guys are on. I want you guys to know, and I also have to preface this. I am not mad at it. I love it. This is fucking great and hilarious. I love this campaign. But you guys are on session 2's worth of content. Or session 1, no, it's realistically session 3. The reason why you're in the arena of the gods is because of what another group did, but I can't say more than that. But
Oh, god damn it.
Alright, that said,
It's a curse, I tell you.
It's a curse.
We only done 3 sessions, and we still hadn't gotten us to level 2 more than any other group.
Oh, goodness gracious. Shenanigans do be a bitch. Shenanigans do be a bitch. Alright, well, that said, let us bring you guys back to the fighting arena, and I'm going to... Oh, god damn it. I remember what the name of this map is. Ooh, yeah. Alright, here you guys go.
Yeah, that's a crazy name. I wonder why it's called that.
You guys like, oh man, this is like kind of a little bit of a wild thing. Well, sort of thing. Okay, and now let me get you guys your ambience and a cheering crowd for you. Session 8, 20 takedown fight, intro, crowd ambience. Boom. Oh, goodness. I can feel the electricity of the Auroraverse. Alright, battle.
Something's wrong.
And we're gonna use... we're gonna use Undertale music after this.
Wait, something's wrong.
What's wrong, buddy?
I don't know. How did I get back up? I thought Zephyr was near me.
Healed you.
Yeah. The only person
I
down
healed
right
you
now
and
is, or Spike.
Misty's that.
Also, hey, Navy, I just saw you in chat.
Okay,
yes, we are killing players today, but I'm not doing it. These individuals are in a zombified version of Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan. Oh, man. All right. If that is the case, here, let me explain to you all what you see. Oh, my God. This is something. All right. You asked for this. So, as we look back to where we find the likes of our heroes, bloodied and injured, you hear as the crowd begins to chant all of their names, and even the names of your foes. You see as the crowd is sort of going back and forth with the chants, just sort of yelling out, "The Ascent! Tony Takedown! The Ascent! Tony Takedown!" over and over and over again. You look over off into the stands of the crowd, those of you guys who are alive and conscious and well, and it seems to be that there are actual fistfights breaking out. Bits of security is sort of going crazy, and it is absolute pandemonium. That said, as this is all sort of happening, the chants begin to grow louder, and you hear as Stan the Man Suplex points over to the likes of Navro and just says, "Ooh, we're only getting into the thick of it, brother. But now, what you gonna do when the Auroraverse runs wild on you?" And then he just immediately breaks out into a full-on flex. At this point, his muscles are sort of bulging, and it is absolutely wild. That being said, Navro, you have a quick chance to respond if you want to do anything.
Navro is going to, he's going to like pull back the whole of his like sleeve, and he's gonna flex as hard as possible.
Make a straight check for me.
No.
Make a straight check.
Straight check? Okay.
You're gonna pull a muscle.
No! Wait, no, that's Eddie Dark. Wait, who is it? What'd you get total?
Can I like
9.
help him by any chance, seeing as I'm behind him? Can I like put a little fist up to make it look like he's got a little muscle bump?
I'll tell you what. Sure, make it with advantage.
Oh, I can make it with advantage?
Yeah, sure, make it with advantage. I believe.
Please. Yo!
Yes! That 20, baby! That being said, Navro, be as ridiculous as you fucking want, my man. How does this look? Go crazy.
He feels like a rush of adrenaline, and he like tears off like the top half of his robe, and just like strikes a fucking pose. Like he just strikes a Usain Bolt, like he's flexing as well.
Yeah. As he does. You guys
shine hits his head just right.
You guys look over and Navro's like, holy shit, wait, he's kind of built. And then the illusion begins to fade, and slowly you guys get brought back to reality. But for a brief second, you're like, holy fuck, what the hell? And as he's almost in comparable size to Toady Takedown and Stan. But you look over and then you look down, it's just like, ah, shit. Nah, whatever, fuck it, let's do this. We're going, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this right. Good job, Navro. That being said,
thank you so much, friend.
When you're nat 20s and 18.
Oh, man. As this happens...
I just like how our weakest guy is the strongest looking now.
Yeah. That being said, the last things you guys see as you look over as this is sort of happening, the crowd's breaking out into fights, Navro's lost his fucking mind, and you see as the lights begin to dim. And over here, you see as an explosion occurs from the eastern portion of the arena. Towards the ramp, you see as multiple pyrotechnics begin to go off, and standing there in a luchador mask, a bright glowing flame armed with their shotgun crossbow and amethyst. As you see them appear by the likes of the keeper, and you look over to the side and you see the referee Spirit just sort of saying, returning to the ring, accompanied by the keeper, hailing from the elemental tree of Gaia and then the Forbidden Expanse, weighing in roughly at 52 pounds, the fiery beast from the east, Amethyst! And that being said, Amethyst, you joined the battlefield. How do you enter the arena, my friend? In your little luchador mask.
In my luchador mask, I strike a pose. The pyrotechnics firing up behind me, and I look directly at them. Hold my hand in front of my face. You can't see me.
Oh my god.
As this happens, you immediately begin to just sort of, for a brief moment, the keeper looks at you and does the John Cena "you can't see me" motion, and immediately Amethyst and the keeper vanish.
Yes!
And only standing in the ring from the opposite corner, you look over and you see your luchador friend and Amethyst ready to join the combat. That said, Amethyst, I need you to roll for initiative and see what you got. Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Beautiful.
This is gonna be something.
Please roll higher than me.
We're gonna find out.
For
Please
those,
just don't roll crap.
for those of you wondering,
God damn it.
14, that's actually really good. That's actually really good, because I think you guys rolled not the greatest. Yeah, that's
We all
actually
rolled
fantastic. That's fantastic. So, Amethyst out of 14, but we got to start us off right. And for those of you guys who don't, well, here, I'll tell you what, because it's been a week, do you guys need your minute of tactics? I assume probably, right?
I would like it so that way I know what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
Oh, I can sum it up pretty easily. Everyone's dying. Help.
Yeah.
So-
Sensei, one quick question before the timer starts. With the high points last time, I never
Yes.
got the advantage.
Oh, did
Do
you
I
not?
get an advantage?
Oh, you
No.
did with the with
No,
the theme.
I got a
was it just
song,
the,
but
was just the theme song? Okay, you never got the advantage.
yeah.
Okay, my
No.
bad then.
No.
You get the what do you call it? You get the advantage. My apologies.
Yay.
It was a lot happening last week.
It
was a lot.
was. Yeah. I don't blame you.
Oh man. All right, I have the timer starting now. So a minute starts. Go for it.
Okay, let's just kill the both of them and then pin them down.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
chat.
working
For
out
those of
so
you guys
well.
who
However,
don't
the problem
know,
is
this
they
is
have that
the
thing
or
where
this
they
is
keep
Death by
standing up,
Glamour
'cause
for
I'm pretty sure
Undertale.
2 of us hit that one guy and he stood up. So
Now,
you
bro,
need the radiant damage him somehow.
can you do magic missiles again?
No, I've no more spell slots left.
Okay, just let's throw everything we got. I might try to down Stand the Man Suplex,
We
or
also-
if you target Stand the Man first.
If you get
and
close
see if
enough,
we
can you
can down him.
revive Spike?
Not with Stand the Man there because I kind of want to stay the healer.
Well, we
So if
we
we
gotta
can
get
take
her.
down, if we can take down Stand the Man first, and then we have time to get her up, and then
Well,
totally
the thing
take
is-
At
down.
the same time, yeah.
the thing is,
Yeah, I
if
can
you don't
try
down
and-
him, she's gonna get hit twice.
I can try and get in there, but it's risky. That's all I'm saying.
I understand, but that's like a
time.
sure
Oh my
death
God.
with these two right next to him because they got that thing where they'll
They
target the one on the
they
floor.
asked for it. All right.
I'm
Hey,
gonna
you guys get
try
another
and,
minute. You guys get
kill
another minute for
Tony,
tactics.
because he's
Uh,
1 HP. He's
No,
literally 1 HP.
don't kill Tony.
Oh.
Kill Stand the Man.
They asked for this, so you guys get another minute of tactics. You'll see why in a minute.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
So kill Ingot. Can you circle around and kill Stand the Man Suplex?
You realize
Same
they're
with-
both on top of Spike, though. Like, there's 2 people on Spike.
Just
It doesn't matter
circle
which
Stand the
one.
man, Stand the man
Circle
goes
around.
before Spike, which means what's
Yeah,
gonna
Stand the
happen
Man.
is if you don't intimidate him or get him to target you, they're gonna hit her, and then she makes a death saving throw, meaning she's
Yeah.
out, she's dead.
If
she
we
fails.
can, if we can down her, then I still have time to get her. And
Well,
I
no,
have
'cause
actual.
immediately. Stan
Well, if-
hits
no.
her.
If we down Stan because he's near death, then I can quickly pick her up without invoking opportunity attack.
How much health
And that
does he
way I
have?
can get out of there and not threaten my own life so I can help others.
All right.
How much
Yeah,
life
they're
does
both
he
basically
have though?
That is
We don't
that is
know.
actually time now. Okay. All right. This is gonna be fucking wild. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh wait, hold up. Okay.
Cheers!
My
Fuck
screen's
yes! Thank you so much, Sensei.
All right, Myra, you receive initiative. Chat. You can go fucking crazy. I will
What
do them
happened?
after the round. Don't worry.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Thank
I will
you.
keep track of how many. Go for it, Myra.
Okay. This turn is going to be a little useless to you guys, but I got to get away with 1 HP.
Yeah.
I am
That's
going
okay.
to attempt to distract both of them. Point off to the over here. If I can move my goddamn thing, please, pen. Point off in that direction. Say, in the most convincing voice possible. Look, Erebos is here.
Trying to deceive them.
Yes,
Okay. Make a deception check. Oh my god.
I'm actually good at this. Please don't fail me.
Oh wow, that's pretty good. Okay, they're gonna make an insight check to see if there is this. This is gonna be very, very difficult, but they can certainly try. Oh, they have no fucking chance.
So they look away.
They're like, ooh, it's the big man. Where is he? And they immediately begins to sort of just do a sort of looking around motion, kind of get a little bit of binoculars sort of action going on. And as that sort of happens, you immediately just see just a random flying object just strikes Stan the Man directly in the face as another steel chair just comes crashing into him. It falls down onto the ground, and immediately you look over as in this sort of bits of pandemonium, everybody or all of the individuals in the entire crowd have just thrown all the rules out the window. You see someone just throw a chair directly at Zephyr. You get a chair, and I'll add that to your inventory. You see another one just throw it directly at Navro, just smacks him into the face and nearly knocks him down. Another one towards Spike, who's already unconscious, so it just skitters off to the side. And just over and over and over again, you see the entire arena getting fueled, chair after chair after chair after chair. It is ridiculous.
Oh my god.
You even see just off to the corner of your eye, just a random individual just sort of walking around, and wham! The keeper gets smacked with a chair from behind the around the
That
corner.
guy's dead. That guy just got murdered. He just made a mistake. As a bonus action, can I grab Spike? Well, they're distracted.
I will give them all their chairs. All right, the chairs are deactivated for one or for a little bit, so I can actually see what's going on. But there are chairs everywhere. Everybody gets a steel chair, which will be added to the inventory.
A boot to the head. A boot to the head.
As a bonus action, well, they're dealing with chairs and Erebos. Can I grab Spike?
Ooh, so I wouldn't say this would be a bonus action. I would say this would be more of an action, and I'll even give you a little bit more to that. So we're gonna combine this grapple check in the sense, and then also this deception check, all on the same term. Now, considering Spike is unconscious, she can't resist, so you just grab her. And where would you like to take her?
Oh, I'm fucking booking it while they're distracted. All the way over here, my man. What is
okay.
that weird little circle there?
Real quick, because at this point you're experienced enough. So are you trying to do this with the intention of avoiding the attack of opportunity?
Yes, that's what the distraction was for.
Okay, 22 versus 2. I'll give it to you. Yeah, I'll give it to you. All right, and that takes your entire action. Yeah, that's
how
fair.
far did I just move, real quick?
You move 25. Keep in mind you can't move that far because you are dragging somebody, so it's half your movement.
Oh, so 15. Okay.
Yep. Now, granted, you can move Spike behind you if you want to do that. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll move Spike here, wherever that. What is that circle? There's like a weird circle there from where I just moved.
This?
No, right here. I see like a weird.
Ignore it. I'll delete it eventually.
Okay. It just follows me wherever I go. That's why I was asking. Yeah, I move over here, and I put Spike in defense mode, and in my turn.
All right, that said, Myra, you drag Spike out of the way as the chairs are sort of flying in more and more and more, and you even hear about or you even hear the entire arena just begins to scream out just a random bits of letters, ECW, 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 over and over again. It's terrible. But anyways, we move on to the next person initiative. Navro, what you got for us?
All right, so Navro is going to like. Was he sat down for a second?
I don't know.
He's gonna like take the bits of his robe that he like ripped apart, and he's just gonna like trying to like fit it back together, like fold it a bit, so it's like, oh god, like what was I doing? And
like, oh my!
In his half nukes, he's gonna run away over here.
All right, you got it. Said you.
And while he does,
go ahead.
And as he does, he is going to point back, and he's going to use Firebolt on Stan.
All right, make an attack roll towards Stan the Man Suplex. As he's looking around, he just kind of recovering from getting hit with a steel chair. Let's see what you got.
All right.
11. So at this point, you see as you try to fire off, and you have the entire angle like perfect. However, you just see another steel chair just flies, and it just sort of tanks the blow, no effect. It flies off to the side, but the good news is you see as another one slides off to you, and you have a steel chair in your inventory if you ever want to use that for whatever reason.
Nice. He'll sit down for now.
So you just sort of unfold it and sit down.
He's the Sultan of Sit Boy.
Okay, you got it. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
All right, that's the steel chairs have been enabled once more. Go crazy, chat. Ingate, what would you like to do as you receive initiative?
Do I have a steel chair?
Yes, you do. Everybody in chat has this, or everybody, I said in chat, in the, pretty much the arena has a steel chair.
All right. Is
I'm
that
giving
close enough
you
to hit
the...
Stan?
Yeah, you're close enough.
Great. I wanna smack him in the face with a steel chair.
All right, target him and smack him with a steel chair. It should be in your inventory now. You even see as you're sort of walking by, Inget, you grab the steel chair from chat, and you see another person just throw another steel chair towards you, and you jump up. How do you want to try to knock SenseiSuplex out? As
I jump up, I then just slam the chair across his head with all my forces. I'm falling.
As it happens, you see it's just someone just screams out, "Oh my god, he's broken him in half!" He's gonna make his Constitution saving throw to see if he's able to stand back up. That is 16 points of damage. Whew. Whew. Oh boy. Con save, attributes. Ooh, he is still up and at him, I believe. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure. I could be wrong. 21?
21.
He has to be a 5 plus the damage taken. 5 plus 16 is 21. He barely beats the DC for that one. Holy shit. Oh my god. As this happens, you see as Stan slowly rises back up, almost like the Undertaker. He's looking directly towards you. His eyes roll back and he sticks his tongue out and just... he stands up and just, you hear a little bit of a gong in the background. That is said, and then another steel chair hits him in the face. All right, Inget, is that your turn or you got anything else?
I think that's it. My chair breaks, doesn't it, from that?
Yeah, it does. But you get another one because someone else threw you another chair.
Oh, excellent.
You guys basically, as long as Chad is spamming this, you basically have infinite steel chairs right now. But that includes the enemies as well.
Before I end my turn, what I'm going to do is I'm like gonna look at him and I'm just going to do like the fingers to eyes movement.
That's it. He just stops and just does a whole sort of pose, rolls his eyes back, sticks his tongue out and everything. It's the whole thing, the whole 9 yards. All right, Inget, that's your turn. Amethyst, what would you like to do as you receive initiative?
All right, I'm going to step forward here, not go yeeting myself out of the ring. Gonna be.
All right,
Stand the man suplex. Ooh. We found the keeper and I found your tweets from years ago.
Wait, what?
You're canceled.
Wait, this is too meta. This is too meta.
I'm gonna shotgun my crossbow and shoot him.
What, this meta's fuck? Wait, what? We can't do this. We can't. Is this allowed? I should make an attack roll, Amethyst.
Roll to cancel.
Roll to cancel.
If he cancels him, does he get Thanos snapped out of existence?
Oh man, I want to make a joke, but I can't.
Do I get advantage for canceling him?
No, but you can make an attack roll with what you've got. And you also can do it with a steel chair. If you, well, you got to make it a crossbow, but you get the idea.
Yeah. All right.
Man, that would have been a good
don't forget to target him. I can already see.
Yeah, there it goes. Okay.
Chris and fucking Agni are just spamming steel chairs. Oh man. 8. No! You see as you fire the crossbow bolt, it fires towards him, and then Stan the Man Suplex looks over at you and says, "Ooh, you don't know. I can't be canceled. Not with the Auroraverse coursing through my veins." And that is what happens. He just flexes, and that's it.
We'll see about that.
Tenure.
I'm gonna go find more things to cancel you. Yes. And then I'm just going to hide.
He just sort of does the motion of just sort of trying to listen out for the crowd chanting his name. And over and over again. That is his turn, or that is your turn, Amethyst. Oh wait, no.
I am going to hide.
Okay, where are you hiding at?
I am doing the John Cena thing.
That was a one-time thing.
No, I don't care. It worked the first time. Amethyst says it's gonna work the second time.
All right, Amethyst, make a stealth check with disadvantage at -5, because you are in plain sight.
Is it control for?
Yeah, control.
All right.
14 -5, a total of 9. Okay, you believe yourself to be hidden as you do. You can't see me. You can't see me.
Of course I am hidden.
Alright. SenseiSuplex will receive initiative. And honestly, I got an idea what he's gonna try to do. He is going to try to snap Ingot into a Slim Jim, and he's gonna use a bonus action to grapple him. All right, because you are close.
Real
That's
quick, I honestly thought he was gonna come for us, and I was like, please, no. I ran away for a reason.
don't worry about that one. Make an athletics check though for me, Ingot.
Okay.
You got to beat an 11. A 19. He tries to grapple you. However, you're able to dodge off to the side, or, well, how? Actually, you tell me. How do you defend yourself from the grapple?
As his hand comes towards me, I just fucking bite into it.
Oh shit! He just, as this happens, you take a huge chunk of his flesh because he's a zombie, and you're just sort of gnawing and tearing into it. Are you eating it, or?
Yeah, I do the Ingot thing. I consume him in
You
front of him. I'm staring him in the eyes. I said intimidation.
You look over towards him, and he just looks down at his hand. His eyes go wide as if they almost pop out of his sockets, and he just goes, ah! As he has no hand pretty much at the moment. All right, that is his bonus action. He will walk over and do what he was gonna do. He is going to.
Myra takes off her glasses and goes, "Dear God."
Honestly, you said doing this side of intimidation. Yeah, Ingot, make an intimidation check. There's a chance for this.
No.
7 and a 9. Hey, you beat a 7. You'll see as a SenseiSuplex, after spewing out bits of blood and losing a fucking hand, he is going to bolt and instead charge towards the likes of Amethyst and Navro. However, as he does so, hey, Ingot, you get an attack of opportunity, buddy, if you want to take that.
Excellent. And I have another steel chair, right?
Yeah.
Do it.
Excellent.
No! Oh my gosh. Oh, go ahead.
Nah, never mind.
Oh man, unfortunate. Sean is literally just throwing out chairs to different campaigns at this point. Oh my god. Jesus
Hey, ever realized
Christ.
Erebos wasn't there, by the way?
They did eventually, but that was that was enough of the distraction for you guys to be able to move out of the way and do all that stuff for free. So, but they realize he's not there anymore. So, SenseiSuplex is going to charge down. Hold on, I'm moving back over here, make sure he's using the correct movement. Okay, it's either Navra or it's either Amethyst. Navra, odd or even?
Even.
Even? Alright, if I roll even, he's gonna hit you. He will try to hit you.
Dude, whoever decides on that
Bye-bye.
choice always loses.
They really do. I don't understand.
What's
I
his
know this 'cause you've
exact
had me do it.
Sensei? What's his exact path or exact way of movement?
Like I just did.
Yeah, because I have the glaive. Do I have 5 or 10 feet of range?
10 feet. Looking at the squares, you wouldn't be able to hit him anyways. He walks
Not here?
around you. Yeah, not here.
Oh.
Where? No, you wouldn't. He like literally just barely scoots on by. Just barely. Alright, that said, he's gonna make an attack towards Navro with a steel chair and try to break you in half. 21
Oh my
will
God.
hit, 10 points of
That's,
damage, and you. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's nearly death for me.
Yeah, so
I-
oh, go ahead. If you were trying to say something.
No, you continue.
Gotcha. So as that says, he just walks over with a steel chair and just says, "It's time to play the game," and just smacks you across the face with a steel chair. You nearly just go flopping like a fish before you're able to barely just stand up, selling the entire blow. That said, that is Stan's action and bonus action. I don't think he's got anything else. Tony takedown is still down. Oh, and no, he's not. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Huh. Oh well, unfortunate. All right.
Can I just say, I love the fact that because the steel chair is a simple melee weapon, everyone is proficient in steel chair.
Yes.
My God, is it real?
Yes. That said, Spike, you are unconscious at this moment in time. I need you to roll a d20.
All right. Just a regular D20, or there's a spot that I should be clicking?
You can just roll a d20.
All right. Don't fuck me over, please. Yo, my heart is actually pounding.
Yeah, man.
Don't die.
That's not
It's not
good.
a 1. It's not a 1.
It's not a 1. It is not a 1. But that said, Spike, I believe for actually the first time, as you are slowly seeping further and further into unconsciousness and into a state of death, what memory, what flashback plays before your mind?
Do you want me to describe it, or
Yeah.
are you?
Or you can just
describe
pick
it?
something.
Okay.
Well, you can describe it, or I can describe. Just pick something that flashes before, or what you're thinking about as you're slowly sleeping or seeping towards death.
Well, I'm guessing that it would be a very, very important memory that would flash in front of my eyes. So, as I slip towards death, it flashes to a serene-looking plain, little meadow. Everything's really beautiful, but in the middle there's a body laying with its chest caved in, and it looks like me. It's my sister, with her chest caved in, and I look down at my hands, and I'm holding a big hammer. It doesn't have any barbed wire or shards or anything on it, but it's just a big hammer covered with blood.
That being said, as you look over, you not only see as it's covered in blood, you see more than that. Over the coursing of your hands and arms, you look to find bits of an astral light, ever-changing colors of blue, green, and purple, just sort of coursing amongst your entire body. You feel as if you're not in control, you don't understand what's going on. All these emotions running high as you look towards her body. And then you hear voices calling out to you. Immediately, off of instinct, a fight or flight reaction, you, Spike, you choose to bolt and you choose to run. That being said, as that memory plays before you, you fail a death saving throw, and you also almost witness you slowly walking and sprinting closer towards the grasp of Erebos, embracing death. Next up in initiative, we have to run over to the likes of Zephyr. As you just see as Myra's dragging her away, but she is still in the process of bleeding out. You look over and it seems to be that Navro's a lot worse for wear, as Stan the Man Suplex takes a steel chair to him. Also, Tony Takedown is still alive. What would you like to do, Zephyr?
Can I make an intuition check to check if Divine or Lay on Hands will damage them?
Sure, make an intuition. Well, actually, I think you already asked that question before.
Not in game.
Okay, make an roll a wisdom check. 2, you have no idea.
Okay then, to be on the safe side, running over this way, I'm going to strike him with my glaive, and I'm hoping that I have the advantage from the hype.
Yes, you do.
And I'm doing glaive because I don't want to get into attack range. I mean, I don't know if steel chair would do any difference.
It's 2d8.
Okay, how do I throw a steel chair?
Oh,
I
do you
don't
not
have
your...
one in my...
Oh, do you not have one? My bad.
don't-
I got you,
no.
I got you. Hold up. I forgot to give it to you. Features, steel chair, equip, inventory. It is equipped. Hey, Zephyr, you see as a steel... Like, where the fuck is my steel chair? And you immediately see just that same individual dressed up in Zephyr's sort of cosplay just sort of chucks you a giant steel chair. That said, you grab it if you want. What would you like to do with it?
I'll just chuck it straight at him.
Alright, that said, you're gonna have to... Steel chairs are melee if you want to do the most damage for them, so you will have to get move up to 5 feet.
Can I put it on the end of my halberd? Just for-
Probably not in the span of 6 seconds.
I don't want to get into... I'll just use my halberd for safety.
Alright.
For another time.
You see as the panda spirit gets a little sad, but he understands.
I'm sorry, but I have to save my friends.
12, that will hit. And 4 points of damage to Tony Takedown. He is going to try to make his saving throw. Constitution save. Ooh, I think he's gonna, unless he rolls a 1. I think he's got this one in the bag. That is a 2 for a total of 5. Unless you guys got inspiration points, he will succeed. Or actually, wait, no, I'm an idiot. He does not succeed. Because the DC is 5 plus the damage she's taken, so the DC would be 9. And that fact, Zephyr, you take that of the steel chair and you smack it across the face, or excuse me, not the steel chair, but you use the likes of the halberd and strike directly into his chest. As the blood begins to spill out, you see as he just drops down and looks directly towards you and just says, "Ah, my heart," and then falls down face first into the ground. All right, Zephyr, that is your action. Anything else you want to do for us?
One game knocking, time for another. And he is going to use bonus action, Roar of the Protector over at. I can't target this one.
Roar of the Protector's weird, but I know what you're doing. Just cast a spell and I got you afterwards. I'll fix anything.
Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw. Go for it.
Hey! How about you fuck off before I return you to your mommy?
You'll just say, "Hey, don't you go talking about Mama Mayhem. Mama Mayhem is a beautiful, beautiful woman. You will treat her with respect. Dig it." And that is it. He is unaffected. It is canonical that Mama Mayhem actually owns these individuals. She is the manager.
I'm gonna just move down here.
Oh, man.
Okay, that's my turn.
That's it. All right. That is your turn, Zephyr. Tony takedown. He is still unconscious. That is that. He can't do anything. He is incapacitated. Myra, what about you? What would you, or do you guys need your 1 minute of tactics?
Why am I upside down?
I don't know. Do you guys need your 1 minute tactics, or are you good?
I think we kind of got this.
Just kill Stan the Man. That's all we need to do.
Just kill him.
Bank
Just kill him.
We
All
could
right.
pin him.
No,
get-
kill him first. Kill him first,
Okay.
please.
Um,
And then we just pin the one that's farthest away from initiative.
I think I'm going to. Can I stabilize Spike?
Yeah, if you want to. You can use a medicine check to try to stabilize her.
Sensing that death is approaching and having known death, I'm going to attempt to stabilize.
All right. As you begin to walk over towards her, you try to patch it out of her wounds and stop the bleeding. Make a medicine check. DC 10.
Myra has no idea what she's doing, by the way, because she just died last time.
Well, 13 says she knows at least enough. You look over to the or to that of the wounds slowly seeping out of her. You're able to patch them up with what little resources you possibly have, and she is stabilized. Know that saving throw is coming for you, Spike. That is good, because if you would have rolled a nat 1 next time, you would have died. All right, Myra, that's your action. Anything else?
Hey, a little movement. Leave her there. She should be fine.
It's like, oh, but
That's
anyways.
fair. Good enough.
As that happens, you see his Spike is just sort of on the ground and everything, just unconscious, and you just see another individual just throw a fucking chair at her anyways. Like, get up!
Okay, who threw the chair real quick?
This guy right here. Well,
I'm gonna point my finger at him and be like, do it again, watch what happens.
you see as he looks at you, and he just sort of stops and shakes for a moment, and then he just fangirls and starts screaming. Like, oh my god! And that is that.
As a bonus action, can I try slapping her awake?
I mean, sure, you try to slap her awake, but nothing really happens.
Okay.
It's kind of like,
thought I would.
if you ever played the Deadpool video game, it's kind of like you and Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine, just like, wake up, wake up, why would you wake up? Just slap it over and over again. All right, that is your
I
turn, Myra.
intimidate her awake.
Navra, what would you like to do as you receive initiative?
Alright, so he doesn't have that much HP left. So what I'm gonna do is, while Navro is like keeling on the floor, like he's doubled over all fours, he just calls out, "Call an ambulance!" But then you see the steel chair with the mage hand become folded up, and it's because it's less than 10 pounds. I looked this up. It flies into his hand, and he says, but not for me. And he hits him with the steel chair.
Yeah! Make an attack roll.
Yes.
Come
Not
on,
too
buddy.
bad. I'm going to laugh my ass off.
Please, I beg of you. Steel chair.
Oh my god.
Or 19. That means it crits with a steel chair, because remember, it's crits on 18s, 19s, and 20s, remember?
my
Being
God.
said, roll damage for 32. Holy shit!
He ain't coming back up from that one.
He's got to make a saving throw. I don't think he possibly can, but we'll make it just to make him feel good.
Oh my
That's
god!
a big 2. That is a big 2 for a total of 5.
There's
Navro.
also crit damage, so he wouldn't make this throw, would he?
No, he would not. That said, he immediately. Well, describe how you knock him unconscious, Navro.
Conscious, this man
He
is
just
dead.
takes it by both things and just like hits him with the side, not with the flat, but with the side, like right in the neck.
No.
He's aiming for the vertebrae.
As it happens, you see as he just sort of falls down. Every last one of you feel the impact as he tumbles over like a pile of bricks. But you look over, and similar to like sort of The Rock or Dwayne The Rock Johnson, you see as he just starts flopping all over the place, sort of acting like as if he's in so much pain, almost as if he's like a fish over to the side. He cracks over and then just stops, and then he just looks over at you, and then he looks dead at your face, Navro, and just sort of winks. And then just sort of keeps playing dead. Alright, that said, Navro, is that your turn or you got anything else?
He simply Navro is just gonna whisper to no one else but to Stan. Oh no. And I'm pretty sure it's my turn. Pretty sure it's my turn.
Oh yeah! And then just keeps on going. Alright, that's his turn. Ingot, you receive initiative and you look over, and both Tony Takedown and Stan the Man Suplex are unconscious. It's your time to shine, Ingot. What you got for us?
Is there any way I can recover health?
I don't think so, because I think you're out of second wind and everything. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, you expended all your resources right now.
I'm just going to Can I try to consume Tony Takedown?
Well,
Need to finish. Look.
I mean, you can certainly try.
You realize there's only 3 people awake right now. If I pin him, we're pretty much guaranteed to fail.
No, we're all awake.
I think they can get up though, so I.
Well,
think-
no. So here's how it works. So there's no confusion. They can't get up. The only way they get up is if you try to pin them and you fail in pinning them, right? So you guys are kind of free to do what you do at the moment, but you won't win this match until you actually pin them.
Okay, number 1, take 5, healing breaks, snacks, throw them in, thank you. A bit of water, okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so there's no point pinning him until it's Mara's turn, then we can have just everyone pin someone, and it's guaranteed.
All right.
Pretty much.
So you're holding your action to pin somebody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I, like, just try to consume him, though? Is that allowed?
I'll show you, like, you could do, like, take a little nibble, but it won't really do much of anything. Like, to, like, actually start devouring this guy, it'll take an action. But yeah, you can,
use
like,
my
start biting
action.
down onto him. So, yeah.
Great. Yeah, I'll use my action to start biting him then. I'm not going to just pin him, I'm just going to bite.
Alright, so I don't know, I just assume that you just start with the arm, and you just start ripping more bits of the flesh away from him, and you see as Tony Takedown, despite being unconscious and everything, he looks over at you and he's just like, "Ah!" as he's being devoured in front of his eyes. That said, alright, you are eating and you are feasting, starting with the arm. At
What
this
does
point,
it
you probably
taste
got...
like?
What does it taste like? Ass, trash, and succotash. It is terrible. Like, it is bad.
loving this.
Alright. Amethyst, you receive initiative. What you got for us?
Okay. I see Spike unconscious over there.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, she carried me like a football, so I gotta help her. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a bonus action to dash and get over there.
All right.
If I can.
Yeah, you can do so. You sort of rush over. You slide dramatically out of the ring and immediately rush towards Spike.
All right, I'm gonna get the potion of healing I've had for such a long time.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, it's an actual potion of healing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And just shove it down the throat and be like, how dare you let that Fu Manchu having motherfucker beat you?
Alright, roll 2d4 plus 2 as you heal Spike.
Oh shit. No, that did work. Great.
Hey, 9 HP. That said, Spike,
yeah.
the first thing you hear or you see is Amethyst in a luchador mask, screaming that at you as you wake up.
Amethyst, the fuck you doing here? I'm so happy to see you. But get down. and like my first instinct is gonna be to like kind of try to protect her and
Mama bear.
push her. Yeah.
As you do, you sort
Spike
of
his mama bear.
as you do, you just sort of pull her down and just flying over Amethyst's head, a flying steel chair, nearly taking her head off. All right, Amethyst, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
Alright. Next up in initiative, Stan, he's unconscious. Spike, you receive initiative. What you got for us?
Right. Did you add the healing or should I?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay,
did,
great.
I did.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
chat,
good.
chairs are enabled. Go crazy again.
Jesus.
All right. Yeah, I'll use one of the chairs because I mean, come on, you kind of gotta. So I guess I'm gonna.
They're all down.
Just have a
Yeah,
sit.
I guess I'm gonna grab a chair and wait. Can I get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get up, grab a chair, start running towards the arena, and use the ropes. Yeah, ropes.
Yeah.
And jump over and onto Tony
Tony Takedown's the one closest to you.
Oh, we can. Right, and we'll have to wait next round to like pin them and shit, anyways. So.
If you want, that's up to you. Basically, so here's how it works. So if you were to start pinning Tony Takedown right now, you can get the process started. But if it goes your entire turn and Tony Takedown hasn't been pinned 3 times, then it resets and he kicks out. So you guys can start whenever you want. It doesn't really matter, or it doesn't do anything waiting.
Okay, so
Then
It sounded like if it got to his turn and we failed, it would be over.
If it
Oh,
gets
okay,
back
so
to
in
your
that-
turn, yeah.
if it gets back to mine,
Oh,
he's-
that-
yeah, he would.
Whoops.
No,
Okay,
you're
so
good,
it
you're good.
would.
I think
Okay,
I
so
didn't
it
do
is
I didn't do a
feasible.
good enough job of explaining that, and it's been a week anyways, so it's fine.
Yes, sorry. All right. Okay. So in that case, I think we need to get this fucker pinned as soon as possible. So I'm actually gonna use the chair that I'm holding, and kind of like ram it down on either side of his neck, kind of pinning his head down.
Could I use a reaction real quick, Sensei?
Depends what you're trying to do, buddy.
Hey, stop! I got something.
You see his Spike is just like on top of the at the ropes right now,
Just
getting ready to.
What?
If she's stopping, he's just going like, hey, okay, you're doing this properly. And then, yeah, if it's going on to my turn, I'm casting Bless, because that is a free action.
Big brain. Alright, that said, Spike, what are you doing? Are you holding your action, or are you just using it for something else?
Well, I mean, if he's telling me to wait, I guess I'll hold my action.
Alright, so you're holding your action for him to cast Bless, and then for you to pin him, right?
Sure.
Okay. Well, that is sound confident. Is that what you want to do?
Sure.
Okay. Alright, you got it. Alright, Zephyr. Alright, it is your turn. You stop Spike, holding her back. What would you like to do?
Hey, thank you very much. Okay. You'll kind of like crick his neck, clack his fingers, and then he's going to let a little crackle connect Spike, Myra, and Ingot together. blessing the three of you. That is a plus 1d4 to attacks and saves, which I'm pretty sure pinning is attack, right?
Yep, it is considered a attack. Grapples are.
Okay.
So you're good.
Okay, so...
Alright.
That said, immediately off of that reaction, Spike, you go. You jump off, springboarding off of the top rope and bringing the chair down onto the neck of Tony Takedown, using it to make an athletics check. So, before you do anything, don't roll yet. I will roll Tony Takedown's athletics check. Ooh, it's a big 'em. It's a big 'em. It's a 24 you gotta beat. So make an athletics check and add a d4.
All right. I got this.
Big
Big fucking bitches!
Let's go. Don't even need to roll the d4 because because of it is gonna be enough. That said, as you bring this steel chair down, you see our legs begin to go flying wide. The ref begins to almost slide over baseball slide style and just slam the mat. One. All right, that is one down. 2 more to go. All right, Spike, I believe that's your turn. Zephyr, what you got for the rest of yours?
Wait, I don't have an action.
All right.
Go, Spike, go, man, go, Inga, go.
You see, as it's
Jesus Christ, I just want this to be over. I'm fucking tired. I got a headache. Please get it over.
That's Tony Takedown's turn. He's got nothing. Myra, what you got for us?
I'm just gonna limp her ass over to the arena. Climb in. I'm just kind of, like at the end of her rope, basically, just slither and just wrap her hands around his neck as much as she can at this point.
Oh my god. As you do, make it. Oh, here. I will make the athletics check to resist. That's a 21 you gotta beat. Make an athletics check. Big numbers coming from Stan. That's a 19. You can beat it with a d4. Come on. That's a big 3. That's what we need. 22. Yeah. That is what you needed to do it. You immediately look over as Myra slithers on almost like a serpent onto Stan the Man or Tony Takedown, and immediately the spirit referee slams his hand on the mat again. 2. All right. That is 2 down. You need 1 more. Navro, you receive initiative. What would you like to do?
If I fail this, that doesn't like automatically
No, it doesn't do anything.
Okay. So Navro's
it's only
going
if it gets back to Spike's turn, technically. Yeah, if it gets back to Spike's turn, then what do you call it?
Resets.
Yeah.
So Navro's going to like run up, still high on adrenaline, and he's going to fucking try to, like, he takes just one of his arms, like one spare arm, and just like, he's trying to put it like back like he did before.
As you do, you get a D4 inspiration as you look over off to the side, and Navra, you see a sign just saying, it just pretty much says, I hear voices in my head. Just so you hear a sign, or see a sign off over there. That said, if you're trying to do it, don't make a check yet. I will make it first. Athletics. 17. I mean, there's a chance with the D4 inspiration. So make an athletics check.
Put your hands up.
Put your hands
and get inspiration.
Oh my god!
I didn't call for the check yet. That's the thing. So
sorry.
you have to roll a 2, a 3, or a 4. Navro, don't roll a 1. D4.
Yes.
As it happens, you immediately see as the spirit referee holds his hand up, he looks down and slams it onto the mat, and everybody in the entire arena just says, 3! And immediately, you all hear, oh boy, I got this prepared. You hear this. That being said, here are your winners! We have the new... Stop ringing the bell! Jesus Christ, stop that! Fire that guy. That being said, we have the new undisputed tag team champions of the world, the Ascent! And immediately the crowd begins to go wild as they're just sort of cheering and laughing. There's fights breaking out into the stands. You see as Ingit's just gnawing and tearing into Tony Takedown, having himself a gourmet feast. That said, what are you guys all doing in celebration?
I autograph a
Never,
chair
like,
and throw it into the crowd.
You see it just cracks into somebody, just one spirit explodes.
Zephyr will just hold the golden belt above him. Just heaving tired breaths.
I'm gonna autograph a chair and throw it into the crowd and watch them fight for it.
Oh my god. That said, you see as they
Nav-
just begin to tear each other apart like animals. What are you doing, Navro?
Navro is like leaning on one of the corners, like one foot like on the rope and the other on like the very, very top corner, and he is like flexing and just like bestial roar. Like he is completely high on the adrenaline.
That's it. You just hear the chat, or you hear that of the Auroraverse sort of cheering, "This is awesome," over and over again, doing the whole 9 yards. That said,
And you see
go ahead, Spike.
Spike does a victory lap around, running and giving high fives with her bloody arm, obviously. Just yeah.
Oh man, as that happens, you just see it's like, "Oh my god!" Someone just freaking out as you touch their hand or some shit. It's
I'm
the
never
whole
gonna wash
thing.
my hand again.
Oh man, you even at
I
one
can
point,
clothe myself with this blood.
Spike, you even have this sort of one thing where someone asks, "Can you please sign my forehead?" And then you sort of grab the sort of ink and quill, and then you're like, "Wait, what the fuck do I sign? Do I sign Spike? I don't know my name. What do you sign, if anything?"
I'll just, it's a blood thing. I'm just gonna take some of the blood that's on my arm and like just stab their face with it.
Some of them.
Sanitary. Oh my god.
I'm gonna catch a disease.
You see as he just looks over, and you just see as his entire face just goes red. He fucking explodes from excitement. Like literally, he blows up. Jesus
It's
Christ.
not some kind of disease her blood has.
My God. Alright.
These people are getting distracted. Can I steal from them? I just steal random shit.
They don't. Well, the thing is, they actually don't have anything on them besides.
they
Like,
have food.
well, I'll tell you what. You do. They have like nothing useful, but they do have a couple like signs and other shit like that. If you want to just.
All right, bet.
We can use that for
Absolutely.
material.
Absolutely.
All right. Make a sleight of hand check.
Oh wow.
You see, as you try to go in there, you're just sort of like scampering around, and bits of steel chairs are sort of flying about left and right. And eventually, as you guys are all on this high, you look towards everywhere as it slowly begins to fade from reality and existence. The crowd chants begin to slowly fade away, and Ingot, at this point, because I'm assuming you've been straight up just devouring Tony Takedown, right?
Yes.
As is happening, you get to the point where you just straight up eat almost his entire self, except for his head. If you want to keep it for later, that's up to you. But
This is how Mimir fucking formed.
yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Forehead.
It was Ingot.
I might keep the head and I just like pick it up and I just plop it on top of mine.
all right.
Every
That's it.
boss is a new party member.
That's it. You guys have another head. Also, I've been doing this on purpose. These are trophies and whatnot. So now you have the quote-unquote trophy of the Gibbering Mouther and Ingot. You have the trophy of the Bone Drinker. You now have, I guess, Mimir as a trophy, if you know. And now you have Tony Takedown, the Man of Mythos, as a trophy.
Hey, do not forget about the zombie troll.
Oh yeah, you do have the Ogre Zombie as a trophy as well. Yeah, you guys are playing Witcher 3 or something with these mounts.
Damn
Holy
right we are.
They give
Jesus.
bonuses if we put them on our horse.
Yes, you do. But you have to find a horse.
Just get all the like flesh off of it and just make them into like shoulder guards.
Oh boy. So
Skull shoulder guards.
Oh, Jesus.
one moment, please. I need to get the map ready for you
My
guys.
buddy was not
Why are you
ready
getting
for
it?
this.
Oh my god.
While you're getting it
Rick,
ready,
You never even got hit. I don't want to hear Amethyst.
Hey, look, after last week and the week I've had, this is a trophy.
Oh man.
Just while we have like the minute, I would really love to thank, who is it in the chat? Orphans Vendetta. Thank
Yeah.
you for that D4. Thank you for that.
That's Gore from Gore from Valley of Dreams on Monday.
Oh,
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Gore allows you to crush.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
man.
thought we couldn't get inspiration during this fight.
Well,
Me too.
oh yeah, that's right. Fuck it, too late. It already happened. What do you want me to do? Fucking retcon all of
Well,
that?
we did clash,
Oh.
so
Too
we
epic.
can just say we clashed
whatever.
in a way.
But you are
I'll-
correct.
I'm-
But I don't care.
Amethyst, can you please just like hollow out one of the skulls and just turn into that Pokemon that just has like the skull on its
Cubone?
head?
All right, there it
That's
is.
what you vote.
Or
I mean, I have a
Marowak.
luchador mask
No.
right now. Like, I'm keeping this fucker. I don't know what it does, but I got one.
Now he needs a 2/2 and a bunch of other things, and those could be his
Jesus.
trophies.
Honestly, I can't. Can we just make a Pokeball and then whenever you need me, you just throw it and I just pop out and just fucking burn something?
Hey, what? That's just like a Pact of the Genie Warlock.
Except I'm the
Instead-
genie.
Instead of a lamp, it's just a Pokeball.
All
Seriously,
right,
love
there
that idea.
And hopefully this is the right one. I think this uses the wrong token now. It's still using the wrong token, but I can update it later. Okay. Well,
Does Zephyr still have the belt?
well, here we'll get into all that, and yeah, he does. But here, before any of this happens, I'll just get the map ready for you. Okay. So, oh, let me get you guys your ambience and all that stuff. Boom. And
Back in the arena, Myra falls to her hands and knees and just
hold on,
goes,
hold
"No."
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay. So, as you watch as the visages of the arena slowly begin to fade, you look about and it seems to be as pretty much all your sight is sort of consumed by this bright white light. As it happens, you look towards this almost blinding substance as it begins this sort of change in color and shape and size. It expands outwards almost to pretty much an endless sort of, well, almost an endless sort of valley of ever-changing colors. Blues, greens, purples, and more. All sort of shifting and whatnot, with bits of stars flying about. As you look around, trying to get a hold of your surroundings and figure out exactly what's going on and where you are, you look about and it doesn't seem to be any of your allies beside you. However, Zephyr, Ingot, actually everybody except Spike, make a perception check.
I don't
can't
see
even
my
see
character.
token or where we are.
You keep in mind, you got this is a fun fact, so this is a teaching moment. If you look in the top right of your screen, you'll look at a people's icon. It's called the actors directory. You will see all the characters that you can actually control. If you click on them, you'll be able to access your character sheet that way.
Why can I control so
cool.
many?
I
Was
cannot.
it a perception?
Perception?
Yes, perception. 19, 14, 15, Myro 6, and then Zephyr.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna use knowledge from a
past.
past life because I never fucking can.
Alright,
Was that yours?
add a d6.
Oh,
God, I hate that
Almost.
ability so much.
I always just tell you just add a d6, and you always do it anyways. You add 2d6. I'll take the first one, whichever one it was. It is the 2.
Oh, that was a double click. My bad.
You're good. So total of 8. Gotcha. Looking about, the only people that are able to really see much of anything. Now, granted, you guys see, or almost all of you see just strange sort of spherical masses, but it's not much meaning to you, the likes of Ingot or Navro. However, Zephyr and Amethyst, you look about, and these spheres, as you begin to focus a little bit more on them, their true size begins to become apparent. The sheer magnitude and just sort of almost, how do you say, well, yeah, I guess just size and expansiveness of it is probably the biggest thing that you have ever seen in really your entire lives. And looking towards them, the one that rings almost for some strange reason familiar to you, Zephyr, you see almost a bluish greenish sort of sphere off to the side. But with your perception check, you notice as there is kind of like a ring slowly but surely wrapping around the entire sphere. You only rolled an 18, so I can't give you much more than that though. But it's just
Can I reach out and touch it?
it's way too far away from you. Keep in mind, this is like, granted, though its size is ridiculous, it's nowhere near you at this moment.
You know, if I just try hard enough, maybe.
You think yourself like almost right beside it, however, nothing seems to really happen. Amethyst, you, however, you look over and you see another sphere instead. One that's actually close, or a lot closer than the one Zephyr sees. It seems to be orange in nature, with almost a sort of split going down the middle of the entirety of it. You see bits of sort of flashing lights and sort of colors and whatnot. Explosions happening out amongst the land. But as you look towards it, you just can't help and shake this sort of strange feeling of familiarity, as if not only you've seen this before, not you just witnessed it, but you've experienced that. You were almost there before. That said, as you're kind of like trying to question what's going on, eventually the visions begin to slowly fade, and you find yourselves in the likes of the arena of the gods once more. Exactly where you left off. Hanging off to the side, you see pretty much where you left him, Mimir, as well as he greets you. That said, as you all appear back once more, what do you say and what do you do?
Zephyr still has the belt, right?
Yes.
What the hell just happened?
Is it shiny?
It is very shiny.
Zephyr will just quickly run over to Navro, help. Just
Ingo's
hold
gonna
up
rush
the-
over to the
Navro
belt and
is
hold
like-
out his hands. He's just gonna hold his hands out to the belt. He's not gonna do anything aggressive though. He's just holding out for the belt.
He's just going to stay still. We don't know what this is, or whether it's going to be useful. You're not going to eat it, are you?
Ingot just keeps staring with his hands held out.
Okay.
Not
Look, Inga. He's going to crouch down to be eye level. Many of these things, many of these shiny things, often or not, they have special value. So can you please not eat this one? Because
Ingot nods.
oh, it could get you more shinies down the way. Okay.
Ingot will nod.
Is that a promise, you fucker?
Ingot just keeps staring at you.
He was doing so good, and then you just said, "You fucker."
That's at the fatherly love in there. You'll just hand it over, kind of a tiny bit hesitant.
All right.
Yeah. Ingot just, can I put the belt on?
Sure thing. Granted, if you want to attune to it, then that'll take a little bit more time. But you have a belt or wrapped around you. Now, there is a basic design of the belt, but I wanted to let you guys decide kind of what the belt looks like, just in case someone ever decides to draw it. So you have full creative reign on what it sort of, what's its design and all that stuff. So
Maybe it changes depending on who's wearing it.
Ooh.
That might be cool.
So
Like, if it's
I will
not
leave that
Ingot,
to
it's
you.
just a mushroom symbol.
The most I can say is
I
that
know.
it's gold. I can tell you that much. It's definitely gold, and it has like the leather portion of it is black.
No, what it has when Ingot puts
Well,
it
I
on.
guess it can be
is
the
amount
leather
of-
can be whatever it wants, whatever you guys want.
Gross moss.
Can't be a capital I.
Wait. Hey, Navarro, Grayskin, are you able to inspect this thing? Seems to have a bit of essence to it.
Navro immediately just like in his still the energy is like with him. He like struts over, kind of grabs it firmly and gives it a good look around.
All right. That said, make an Arcana check for me, Navro. Do you have Identify either?
I do, but it requires a material, and I also have no more spell slots left.
Even if you ritual cast it, I didn't know that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I could ritual cast it, but you need items for it, and I don't have them.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll just use an Arcana check. 16.
16. All right. It'll take you a little bit, but you're able to at least understand a couple of properties. This is definitely. Wait, hold on. Where are my notes for it? What the hell? Is it logistics? Where is it? One moment.
Did you actually lose it like the sheets for the bosses?
Hmm?
Could it have been with the sheets for the bosses?
No, because I remember where I wrote it, because I know exactly what it does. But I have to make sure just in case there's more. I don't see it. Oh, I'm gonna look through every little thing. No, it's not there. It's not there. Logistics, zoom out. It is not there. We left off. Is it here? No. Give me one moment. I don't know why I can't find this right now. What the fuck is it? Unless I put it in the wrong one. Is it here? Here it is. Got it. Oh, okay, I know why. Because it was, I expected the fight to end last session. So, here's what this thing does. It requires essentially, you're going to need, 2 people to be attuned to both of the belts, as there are 2 of them. Zephyr just has, well, he had both. It was assumed when he got the belts. So he gave one to Ingot, and he kind of has the second one to himself, unless he wants to give the second one to Ingot as well. All right.
I wouldn't trust him with both. With
The
one,
Ingot is
maybe. It's the
eyeing
testing
you up
ground.
there.
All
Hey,
right.
we got matching ones now.
They do always match. I can tell you that. Oh, depending on, I guess, the design option you guys choose. But the wielder of this is able to gain the benefits of this. Both wielders get an ability score increase of 1 of their choice, and this can exceed 20. On top of that, well, actually, this is going to be the one you're going to have to figure out for later, which won't take you too long. It'll just take you like a short rest of constantly identifying this thing. Or you can just attune to it and just figure out what the fuck it does afterwards. Your choice.
Ingot will immediately attune to anything slightly magical that touches him.
Once you attune, is that like a once-off thing? It's like
You can unattune
you
from
drink
stuff,
some water. Oh, okay, cool.
but you have to spend another like rest or whatever unattuning to it.
Okay. Zephyr will kind of like look around and. All right, yeah. Puts it on.
Alright, you'll see as Mimir will begin to speak. Alright, glad that you sort of made it. I was kinda sort of worried for a bit, but you came through. I was kinda worried I was gonna have to be stuck here forever. I said, what'd you say?
Can you make the pain go away?
That, I can't, well... The pain will go away once you leave this place, so I guess it's not really that big of a deal. If you want the pain... If you want the pain to go away right now, you can sort of rest, but again, like I said, don't know exactly what will happen if you rest for too long.
While they were figuring out the belts and all that, Spike would have gone to the side and started trying to like clean her the cuts that she made on herself, I can't remember if we established that there would be like alcohol in a healer's kit or not.
Well, let's
To
find
clean?
out. Healer's kit. D&D, what's in it? It is a leather pouch containing bandages, salves, and splints. The kit has 10 uses.
You put salves on it.
Okay. So yeah, I guess there'd be some sterile coal dust that you would take out and sprinkle all on her wounds. Get that fixed up, cleaned up. And hey, while I'm at it, I'd probably heal myself. So
All right. There you go. So that is what Spike's doing. You can click the button to heal yourself and everything. All right. Amethyst, what are you doing off to the side?
Amethyst is just kind of staying quiet and listening in, mostly just kind of playing with the luchador mask that I hope I still have.
You'd still have it.
Damn right I do.
You still have it. Oh my god. Oh man. That said,
It's never coming off.
I can't reveal my. No one can see me without the mask.
I was no one till I put on the mask.
And it was at that moment Amethyst really became the Rey Mysterio of the Auroraverse. Oh my goodness. All right. So that is Ingot. You are. What are you doing at the moment? Are you just sort of staring at the championship, or are you just? What are you doing?
Ingot is going to just start resting, very content and extremely battered.
Easy enough. And Myra, last individual. What about you?
Talking to Mimir, saying, "Can we leave? I hate this place."
I mean, if you really don't want to answer or have a question answered, gain some free knowledge, I mean, yeah, you can leave right now if you really want.
No. We definitely do. We can. Looking at Myra, we can wait a little bit. I mean, anyways, it's nice and warm here.
Hey, nothing but a bit of rest.
Alright, well, that said, before you rest and whatnot, if you've got a god or anything like that, you may want to go sort of or pray to them beforehand, so you can gain a bit of your boons and rewards from them, since you are in the arena. That being said, I'll be waiting here because I ain't got much to go, elsewhere. So, once you're ready to sort of answer your question, or ask a question, or learn more about it, just come to talk to me.
We each get a question, or is it a single question?
It's a single one.
Actually,
May I say what I'm doing during this rest?
Sure.
Yeah. So, from when Navro teleported in to when he is like attuning to the belt, or not attuning to like doing the Arcana check, he's full of energy. You know, he's really confident. But like, as he's inspecting it, he looks at his hand for a second and realizes how much it's shaking, and ignores it for a second. You know, finishes checking, but then he walks away for a little bit, and his whole body is shaking. The adrenaline has worn off, and the pain really sets in. He sits by one of the walls, and he thinks back to the fight, to the very end, when he struck just right on Stan, when he pinned down Tony, but his mind flashes back to when Spike was knocked down, and then Zephyr, and then Ingus. He thinks about Amethyst and how she was carted away, and as he kind of his back to the wall slides down, sitting on the ground, and he just begins to feel true dread. He feels that he only got lucky there. And yeah, he's just going to try and rest now.
Alright. That being said, Navro, you can move your token wherever, well, Navro is at the moment. So I assume he's not with the party right now.
Yeah, he's about here.
Alright, easy peasy. Alright, so that is what Navro is doing off to the side. Is anybody doing anything before they rest?
Yes, I actually thought of something.
Go for it, buddy.
Because Mimir mentioned gods, Ingot's going to walk over to, is it Karanos? Whatever
Yeah.
lightning god is. I can't walk. I'm not sure if my thing is dying.
Oh, look in the top left, see if you have the person icon set up.
There we go. I'm going to hold up the head of Tony Takedown in front of the statue and ask for, can I has a big shiny? Shiny god?
Oh, you're asking for your god? I don't understand. What do you ask? I don't really get what you're asking for.
Asking big shiny god for a big shiny.
I see. So, oh, that's right. You haven't really done this much. Zephyr's not around. So, just, honestly, I'm not gonna walk you through a prayer because it's really different for each and every single one of you. But you're gonna need to say a prayer to the big man. And, just sort of plead for it. You did well. I saw the likes of what happened. So I'm sure at least we'll return the favor and a bit of strength in some way.
I feel like Zephyr would probably join them. Sorry, I was definitely not drawing something. That just came to my head.
Oh no.
You totally won't show us, that'd be crazy.
Nah, he doesn't do that.
Totally not a belt of some kind. Yeah. Hey, I'll walk him through it.
And think for a second.
I'll walk him through it, Mimir. Don't you worry.
Alright. That's Oh, go ahead.
Does Zephyr know if there's a certain way to pray to Kronos?
Make a religion check for me.
Okie dokie. Would it be with advantage by any chance? Or...
Yeah, I'll give you advantage. You're a worshiper of the person.
18.
18.
I'm so glad I asked.
One moment. Not necessarily. I mean, there's sometimes better or things that are leave you better off and whatnot. But for Kronos, it's typically more like environmental based or like environment based on where you pray can kind of help. And I guess that can be a similar thing with all the gods. Now, granted, you're in an arena and you can't really go much of anywhere besides just back to, the snowy sort of hellscape. But from what you can maybe tell with your 18, typically places that are high up and typically in the midst of thunderstorms or storms in general are the best.
Would he see anywhere high up here?
Are you asking Mimir or me?
You.
You can hope. I mean, granted, the arena is open, so because you got struck by lightning before, so.
No, statues aren't quite his style. Yeah, follow me. You'll go up here.
Ingot will follow.
There. And clamber onto the roof.
Easy enough.
He's going to get as high as he can. And just kind of sit down quite heavily, looking at all of the stars and the unique sky that the champion or the Gods Arena has. I'm not exactly sure if there's a specific way to pray to him, but I'm going to have a quick perception check at Ingot's hand. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
Does he see anything?
Well, make a perception check. 16, you do.
But seems he's gave you his blessing. He'll be looking over at Ingot's hand.
But one thing that definitely is weird, for sure. You know Kuranos' lightning and all that stuff. It's not the same color upon ingots. It's typically blue, maybe sometimes purple and pinkish, that sort of coloring. But this one is the opposite. It's red instead.
Would I know anything about that? Like, any type of historic... Well, I have no memory of historics.
You can certainly try. You never know when you may have or gain a bit of your memory back, so.
Ooh, history...
A 9. With a 9, not really. It's nothing really is coming to mind. Now, to recap, you have seen bits of red lightning when you, or the first notable time was when you exited out of the mines for the first time, and you saw it sort of striking across the sky. You've also seen other bits of red electricity across Ingot before, when you prayed to the statue, but also when you talked to the likes of Ram the Frost Maiden and the sort of triangle expanded outwards.
Hey, how about a chat before we get down to the plane? Alright?
Ingot's just gonna look at you for a little bit. Until you say
How'd-
something you can respond to.
How'd you get the scar on your hand there?
Does Ingot have any clue?
No.
Ingot's just gonna shake his head. He has no clue.
You don't know how you got the one on your arm? I mean, you got no memory, sure, but...
No clue.
Why do you pray to Kronos then?
Big shiny god.
Good laugh. I suppose it makes sense. Huh. No. It's as good adoption as any others. Most pray to sail the seas. Some to evoke the wrath. Suppose shiny fits him, but with the lightning. How do you want to pray?
Me have idea.
You have idea?
Me have idea.
Then follow your heart, kid.
Alright, I've got Ingot's prayer ready.
I want to see a good one, and then I want to see a fucking meme-tastical one. Zephyr, you want to start us off?
No, I want to think about mine first.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. Before we do this, has anybody? So while these two Kuranos boys or Storm boys are about to do their thing, is anybody else doing anything? Navar, you're off to the side, sort of being by yourself. Amethyst or Myra, what? And Spike, what about you three? Had to zoom out for you. Fucking disappeared on me, Spike.
Well, Mimir said that we should pray to our gods, so Spike's gonna do that. Or try to do that, anyways.
Alright. That said, we'll look over to Spike. If you're ready to go, I mean, we can also do that, but oh boy. If you want to come back, we can go to Amethyst or Myra.
I'm ready if I don't want to skip
Okay.
over
Yeah.
Zephyr and get
Don't worry.
Gotcha.
yeah, sure, you can go if you want.
Well, actually, here, we'll do it this way, make sure everybody gets a chance. Amethyst, are you still just looking at the, well, not the luchador mask, because it's on you. What are you doing at the moment? Nothing, or
So-
still hanging out?
No. So I'm going to each and every one of these god statues and just like posing and flexing with the luchador mask on me. Just going to every single one of them.
Oh man. Hey,
Because I don't believe in a god, so you know.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Amethyst, make an insight check.
Oh boy.
I know where this is going. 18. Okay. I believe the closest one to them is, yeah, this is the closest one. Okay, we're gonna use this guy. Over here. Because I don't think
boy.
they're being used. So,
Nope.
out of all the statues and all of the gods and whatnot, you look over and you see despite the thing on the map, you see an individual of a centaur, clad with that of a shield and also a massive sort of, I believe, a spear. They seem to have like a kind of winged helmet covering their face, and as you sort of flex towards them, this one is the only one to kind of give like a little bit of a divine pulse, a little bit of response to you. You feel warm, but nothing too invasive, and you could, if you really wish to, you could just keep on going about it as if it was nothing. But you do get that sense.
Whew, that's tingly. Yes, yes. And I'm gonna keep posing in front of the statue.
You do. It seems to just sort of grow, sort of almost warmer and warmer across the likes of your entire body, and you just feel this strange divine presence sort of wash over you, similar to how you felt before in just pretty much your general adventures since pretty much awakening in the mines. And that said, you feel confident, even more than you were almost originally. Riding a little bit of a high, for sure.
You said it was a centaur, right?
Yes.
I want to climb the statue and sit on the centaur.
All right. As you do. Oh man. Oh goodness. Hey, Amethyst. I guess this. I don't know if I guess this fucking counts. Hey, make a persuasion check. This fucking counts.
12.
12. Okay. I was hoping for a 20. Oh god, I was hoping for a 20. Okay. So. You kind of feel it feels nice. Just the more you're kind of around this sort of statue, you feel a little bit more safe. You feel, but also as if you can kind of do almost anything. Like any bits of fear and sort of worries or anything just almost begins to sort of fade from you, and you stand tall or pretty much sit strong.
Yeah, Amethyst is just kind of high on life right now. Amethyst is fine.
Oh goodness. I said if you do anything else, do let me know. Oh god. That's something. Alright, so that is what Amethyst is doing over here. Myra, what about you?
Myra walks to the center and taking Ramir's advice, though she knows of no god that she worships. She's gonna spread her arms out and do a kind of thing and yell out, "Is there anyone who cares enough to reward me? Who cares enough about me?"
Make a persuasion check, Myra. Or this is your faith check.
I have no idea. Which one do you want me to do?
This is persuasion.
Persuasion. Where the hell's my persuasion? There it is.
17. Is that the final roll?
Knowledge from a past life. My last use.
Go for it.
I'm using ability so it goes away. I know I have to roll d6.
Ooh, big 4. 21. All right. Oh, goodness. As you begin to sort of yell out, if there's anybody who would want to reward you, you wait. And you wait. You wait. And nothing seems to sort of occur and happen. You look around to the likes of Zephyr and Ingot, who were traveling from the statue of Kuranos and onto the top of this sort of arena, and they're doing their thing. Navru sitting in back, towards another statue. Amethyst sort of riding atop of a sort of centaur statue. And even Spike, of all people, besides a statue of Nylia. All sort of going about their person, some dealing with the gods, some not. But yet, none of them answer towards you. Until, oh boy, you hear this. A sort of raspy voice that begins to kind of echo several times over and over. Begins to enter into your head and begins to just say, oh goodness, where is this? One moment.
Is he saying anything?
Thank you.
How they do not even listen. They don't know where power even resides. Look at them all. The panda. The lizard. And even the devil. All having their quandaries with each and every one of them. They know not where their strength comes from. Why? Why include a middleman when instead you can take from the source?
Myra, you look over, and well, it's kind of hard for you to really tell, but just to explain it to you what is happening. You see as the candles upon your head begin to, or almost alight, one by one. And they don't turn this sort of strange blue, they don't turn this sort of purple. They kind of, again, just sort of shift in the same sort of colorings of greens, purples, and blues, and even occasional pinks. The colors of an aurora borealis. And as this begins to sort of happen, you feel a sort of strange, almost freezing cold sensation almost take your entire soul for a moment. You see as it begins to do it once more, and then again, and then a third final time, before it begins to become clear to you. You look towards the mark upon your hand, both of them. The gold on one, and then the darkened shadows upon the other. And as they begin to slowly swirl, you look towards them as they're kind of manifesting for a brief moment, coursing with this sort of astral light before returning. And you feel a sort of almost, it's kind of hard to explain, but a sort of a mote of potential, a mote of strength yearning to be activated. That being said, as all this sort of candles amongst your antlers begin to sort of flicker and course with this strange light, and the marks upon your hands coursing as well in unison. What do you do, Myra? I'm unsure of yourself.
I am unsure of myself. Punch the marks together and say, "Do I know you?"
You hear a final response, and they just say,
All too well. Join us again.
I sure what to do here.
that being said,
Ariel looks around,
let me lay out the
see if
options
anyone
for you.
else sees it. Okay.
They're kind of preoccupied at the moment. Maybe Navro, if he cares enough to do it at the moment, but that's up to you, Pete.
Sure.
Alright, make a perception check.
Okay.
12. I mean, you see his Myra sort of antlers are changing colors, but nothing like it's really, really hard or subtle to notice, you know? It's like, alright,
But
cool.
I still do notice that like they're changing colors.
They're changing colors, but you've also kind of seen it before. I mean, yeah, maybe you've never seen that, but you saw as it changed to purple before, when it was purple flames and all that. So,
Okay.
that's really up to you if you want to do anything. But,
Well, that's not out of the ordinary, so he just goes back to resting. Although I do want to do one thing once you're all finished.
gotcha. So, Myra, let me recap everything that you have. So, you heard this individual just basically claim to you and say that, well, pointing out to the fact of, you know, Zephyr, Amethyst, and Spike and everybody, trying to pray to their own gods and deities. However, this individual said, why have a middleman and instead just take the power from the source? You also heard, well, as they did that, you saw as something sort of almost ring true inside you as your antlers begin to change colors and all that stuff, and the mark upon your hands began to sort of act up. And the last thing they pretty much said was to join us again. You do feel this sort of mote of potential almost yearning to be activated once more. So, the choice is yours, my friend. What do you do? Granted, yeah, that's all I can sort of say about that.
I'll ask, what source may I join? Or may I be joining?
Sadly, that was the last response it could give. So, it's all up to you to make a decision.
I will extend a small portion towards it to get a feel for it.
All right. As it happens, just taking and siphoning a little bit of power, not too much. Myra, if that is the choice that you would like to make, to try to siphon a bit of the power from it, I need you to make the highest saving throw you have. I believe it's charisma for you.
It is.
To try to control it for a brief moment.
Dear God,
Oh,
why?
That's a 9. Oh boy. So, here's how we gotta do this. You are going to need to roll a D100 on a 50. You want to see a, well, 50 or higher. I mean, it really depends on how you kind of look at it. 50 or higher, you're not able to control it. 50 or lower, nothing happens and it kind of just sputters out. So, I guess it really depends on what you really want here. Roll the D100.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, that is a 3. So, as you begin to try to pull bits of the power, you're hesitant, you're not entirely sure of what this thing is, whether to trust them or not, and as you're trying to manipulate bits of the power from them, you watch as their hand begins to slowly crystallize over, specifically over the hand with the golden dots upon it. And it just sort of crystallizes and shatters into millions of pieces. Your hand's still there, but it seems to be that you didn't pull enough power from it. And now, for the time being, it is gone. However, it's that sort of strange sort of almost a lurking feeling of something sort of watching over you in this moment. It kind of doesn't fade for the next, well, couple of minutes, maybe even hours. That said, you at least have a voice. You know something is trying to contact you. But who the hell
Bring
knows
me a
what?
deal. It's
All right,
offering me something, and I don't know if I want it.
All right, Myra, is there anything else you're doing? Or is that it?
Look around, see if anyone saw if I was talking to myself or anything.
Yeah, make a perception check. 4. You're kind of
Damn.
freaked out at the well, not freaked out. You're more so of like, just still puzzling and trying to figure out what the heck this is or what's going on. All right. Oh, if that's the case. Myra, is that everything from you?
Yes.
Okay. Zephyr and Ingot, we return back to you all. All right.
Sensei,
Yes.
could you look into a Ascent chat?
Sent chat, you got it. Oh my god, yes. Can I show
The
it on
working
stream?
model. Yeah, go for it.
Oh my
I think I might
goodness.
fancy it up a little bit more, but that's the idea.
Alright, chat, I hope you're ready. Look at this beautiful beast of a fucking belt. Boom! Oh my god, this is so cool. I love it. Seth, have you
I
seen it? Oh my goodness. Fantastic.
Spicy.
Beautiful. Thank you, Finn. You better implement, you better
Lord.
show that off in the art showcase for Project Aurora, or I'm gonna be upset. Anywho. Alright, that said, Zephyr and Ingot, is there anything you two are doing? Are you ready to try to get a little bit of favor with the Storm Lord themselves?
I am ready to pray.
Alright.
I am too.
Go for it, buddy. Who's going first?
I think you wanted Zephyr to go first, so you have the proper prayer.
Yeah, you gotta bring us up and then bring me down back to reality. Alright, Zephyr, go for it. This affects your faith check depending on how, obviously, what you say, what you do, and obviously the fact that you're role-playing it, you get also bonuses as well. But bring us home, buddy.
Kind of hold the glaive, the kind of sharp point downwards. The rest kind of up, almost like a what do you call it, a rod or a beacon, or kind of those lightning beacons, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you've given me power so far. And I hope I've done you proud by it, by how I've used it. You helped me through the last battle. And I thank you for it. If I'm going to need more, if I'm going to do right by you, I'm going to need more power to get the rest. Get them to the mountain that you showed us. Get wherever the head is to the tree. Meet you there, if you're there.
Being said, Zephyr, make a persuasion check. You have advantage and you have a +3 bonus.
Yay! Fuck.
Ooh. Oh no.
I don't get any like things for the shroom belt. I'm joking. Sorry.
13 total. That being said, you say your prayer to the likes of the Storm Father and make a perception check.
And the boy doesn't have it in him. He should have rested.
12. You look far off in the distance. A couple of gray clouds approaching. Slowly. But they're far a ways seems to be they need more of a beacon. Or enticement.
How about you take it from here? Shoot him. You know what? How about Ingot? For a name. We're always eating the metals.
Ingot nods his head.
Okay, well, that's your name. And Shum doesn't sound powerful enough. Not for the likes of you. Well,
Alright.
Alright.
well in the Thunder Boy.
Ingot, what you got for us?
Alright, so Ingot's going to raise up the head of Tony Takedown and bow his head, and in a voice deeper than you've heard before. Oh, big shiny god in the sky. May you bless me with your sparkly shinies, so me may consume your enemies and tear them asunder.
Oh shit!
He just rips the head of Tony Takedown in half.
Holy shit! I was.
Sliver's just taking notes.
What the fuck? Alright, Ingot, I'll tell you this. Make a persuasion check with advantage, add a +7 to it. Oh my.
Is that alt?
Because that's also a material sacrifice as well. Yeah, that'll do it. 7. Holy shit.
An idea.
That's
That's
+0.
inspiration.
Yes, you can.
That's +0.
Does
supposed to be
is that
+7.
re-rolling the
Oh,
full
no,
advantage?
I'll add the +7 afterwards. Yes, it is.
So persuasion.
19.
Yes.
So a total of 26. Oh boy. Goodness. All right.
Who's the real paladin here? Jesus.
Yeah, Zephyr is just like blown away. He's just.
Hold
Hey,
on.
okay, I need to step up my game.
One moment, please. I need to get some music. Goodness gracious.
I still have the cheering and bells playing when I unmute the tab.
Oh. Yeah, that's apparently a thing. It's so weird. I mean, I turned it off. I only have the ambience on. Man, there's no more steel chairs. Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Alright, I'm almost done. And I need this, just in case. Sorry this is taking so long. And boom. Okay. So, as this begins to happen, Ingot, you say that of your prayer out towards to whomever would listen. And Zephyr, as you're kind of eyeing the storm off to the side, you look towards the sort of darkened clouds. They begin to just sort of course with a blue and red electricity amongst it. They slowly but surely begin to sort of roll over the likes of the entire arena. Oh, goodness.
He's not jealous at all.
As this begins to happen, you watch as pretty much it begins to go even darker and darker out. And you look to see as this massive sort of grayish cloud begins to sort of almost coagulate with this strange blue and red light. Oh, goodness. As it begins to happen, both of you make perception checks for me.
Oh.
20? Wait, Ingot, are you proficient with perception?
Not at all.
Well, you are now. You look over and you see, as piercing through the clouds, you see one of the shiniest figures that you have, or for the most part, seen in your entire life. As you look and pierce through the likes of the clouds, you can see as this sort of red light begins to almost form into not just random bits of electricity, but into an actual figure. And standing beside them, you see Also, a bluish figure, a humanoid for sure, with a sort of almost beard made purely out of lightning. Both of their eyes, the blue and red, seeming to have this bits of lightning streaks sort of flying out amongst all of them. And as they do, you see as they're sort of standing approach or on top of this sort of cloud, and they begin to just sort of raise their hands up towards the sky, and lightning strikes down, coursing amongst it. As it happens, you see as both of them almost in unison begins to hold their hands out and face it directly towards you. It immediately begins to form into the likes of a giant sort of javelin made of pure electricity. And as they do, immediately, Zephyr, you are pierced by the blue lightning, and Ingot, you the same. However, Ingot, almost in reaction, I assume, unless you were trying to do something else, you tell me, you probably just sort of look towards the light and kind of put your hands out. Am I wrong, or am I right?
I open my mouth.
You open your mouth? Even better. As this happens, you see as the javelins begin to just sort of pierce directly through Zephyr's heart and Ingot's mouth. You feel this sort of strange power before you that you've never sort of experienced. You only felt a bit of a fraction of what true strength could have been. And as it happens, you hear, only you two hear these voices and witness this, but oh goodness, where is their voice? This one.
Great strength, great light. That being said, Zephyr, march strong and smite all of your enemies who oppose you. Smite the foolish and take down all of your foes. It seems to be that you have an ally and your first follower. Is that not right?
And you'll see as he says this, he doesn't look towards you, Zephyr. He instead looks towards the likes of this sort of individual sort of coursing in red light. As it happens, you see as they begin to look towards them, and Ingot, your entire mouth is just basically shining red. It's like if you were to open your mouth, you're basically a beacon of light at the moment. It is.
His mouth is still wide open.
As it happens, you look over and onto the palm of your hand. You see as where the electricity sort of scars are, the red mark begins to slowly surge even more and more. And now it becomes clear on who this individual is. Oh boy. As they say their name to you. This.
That being said, Narukami, treat them well. And make sure that you train him to smite down for the Frost Maiden.
As it happens, you see as his light begins to slowly form, and immediately Ingot, you almost sort of explode out in this sort of red electricity. And as this happens, both of you receive 5 piety, and you gain the benefits of Karanos' devotee and Narukami's devotee. I will add those to your inventory, but I will explain what they basically do. Once per long rest, essentially, it's pretty straightforward and simple, but you may add a d6 of lightning damage after a strike. This can also be doubled if you crit as well. And if I got this right as well, I'll make sure. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can deal an extra d6 of lightning damage to the target. The problem is, though it's useful, you can use this a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, a minimum of once. So both of you guys are not necessarily the smartest, so you can use this at least once to add a bit of damage to your extra strikes. On top of that, you guys are close to becoming Kuranos and Narukami's votaries. Alright. That being said, the benefits continue. However, your strength has been acknowledged. On top of that, you guys, because you guys succeed in the Arena of the Gods. Oh, no, you don't get that yet. Never mind. That's the next time. Alright. That said, you look over as the lightning begins to strike you, and they slowly begin to dissipate before you. The name becomes clear to you, Ingots, and you now remember who your god was. They, at the very least, are the god of electricity, but also the god of mountains, more so. As they, well, I can't tell you too much of them because you have to figure it out now that you actually have a name, so you can have an avenue to learn more about them. But, essentially, they are the reason why the lightning basically strikes all of the mountains in the first place, typically referring to the highest point or the biggest structures. In this case, mountains. Alright, that said, that is what happens for you guys off to the side. Eventually, as you as this omen begins to stop for you, eventually your vision begins to come back into the likes of reality, and the storm clouds begin to almost disappear and vanish as if they never were there in the first place. Alright, that is that. Meanwhile, okay, we're gonna look towards the likes of Amethyst off over here. Alright, Amethyst, what have you been doing? Also, real quick, Ingot, you received a D12 inspiration point from chat, and that is it. Go for it, Amethyst, what you doing?
So, after a little bit, I want to kind of climb up the back of the centaur statue and just kind of rest against the head. And, you know, it's weird. I feel powerful here. I feel like I can do things. And that's all I've really ever wanted to do, was do things. I want to make things. I want to steal things. I want to shoot things. I want to have fun. And there are these voices that I hear every now and then. These feelings. I don't know what they mean. I've just been trying to go through life, but are you one of them?
Persuasion check with advantage, Amethyst. Add anything to that?
Nope, don't got nothing.
Alright, if that is the case, that is how it lies. So, Amethyst with a 19 total, you kind of begin to just sort of hear something. Not entirely sure. It sounds like almost footsteps, and multiples of them. And then as you sort of lean in to listen a bit closer, it's not just footsteps, it's marching. Several dozen individuals marching of the sorts, but to where and why? Before you kind of just sort of hear a sort of loud and commanding voice. A commander of the sorts, or a leader, able to almost kind of, just from simply speaking, being able to inspire the sound of these footsteps to go even faster, to stride with more purpose, to become stronger for, who knows, a battle, an obstacle. But regardless of what it is, they do it to assure their victory. And you begin, or as you sort of hear this bit of voice, just a little bit of it, you hear this.
That being said, gather your swords, your shields, and your staves, men. The time for battle is now. We march towards the lights of Mogus's domain, and we smite them down as our victory is assured.
And as this, you kind of hear this over, it just sounds too familiar to you. You've never heard of this individual, but you feel like you have. Amethyst, make the highest saving throw you have at the moment.
Ooh, dexterity it is.
Dexterity it is.
15.
15. You can't sort of shake it. You can't sort of shake the feeling. But you just feel as if it's familiar, but you're not entirely sure where and why. It's kind of similar to the strange sort of experiences you've been having when you kind of talk to the likes of the Keeper in the Snow, when Mimir mentions something or someone, but you're not entirely sure more than that. Something is waiting for you, but you haven't found them or you don't know where to look. Being said, what do you say and what do you do?
I feel like I know you. I don't know what you're trying to say, what you're trying to show. I'm not exactly the smartest or anything like that. But if this is your way to try to get me to look more, or to do what I want to do, then, well, I was already planning on it. But I'll do so even more.
And that said, as this sort of happens, you feel a sort of strange, that sort of almost confidence begin to sort of build up about you, and you watch as this sort of divine magic also courses through you. For a brief moment again, you feel no fear. You feel brave. You feel as if you can almost accomplish anything. And with that, Amethyst, you begin a potential journey. Whether you choose to continue down it is up to you, but you gain 1 piety with the God of Victory. Oh boy. The Chad God themselves. Iroas, baby. Goodness. That said, Amethyst, while you're doing all of that off to the side, I'll mark that down in my notes here. Actually, let me do that before I forget. 9 party. Amethyst, 1 party with Iroas. Whether you use it or not is up to you. Alright, we look towards Spike. What you doing over here, Spike? Oh, wait, shit. Wait, hold on. Actually, I just thought of something. Holy fuck, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I gotta check something. That's huge. Wait. Did something just change entirely? No, there's no way, because they're more powerful than that. There's no fucking way. Holy shit!
What's going on?
I'm so confused.
Oh my god!
I think the gods just switched places.
You are 100% correct, my friend.
Oh?
Oh, goodness. So, oh, God, I gotta talk to the DMs. It's happening again. You all begin to just sort of feel, those of you with any religious background or worship any god or anything like that, you feel as if some begin to become stronger. Others, however, you kind of feel weaker. You just feel this strange sort of inherent shift amongst all of you. And regardless, you kind of just feel I don't know, just sort of strange, this divine sort of nature wash over you. Unsure what it is and why it's happening. But the statue off to the side where Amethyst stands begins to glow as it grows in strength. And that being said, I will make the formal announcement later, but Iroas is now the most powerful god in Aurora at this time. Oh boy.
Ooh.
It is no longer Phonax or Cause, it is now Iroas as he takes first place. All the Chads in the chat, make yourselves known. Goodness gracious. I had a fucking feeling. I was like, he is now at 10, rather than 9. Boom, there you go. All right, sorry about that. I had to check. All right, Spike, what are you doing over here at the statue of Nylea?
So it's still the statue of Nylea?
Granted, it's the statue of Nylea, but you do see the four other statues off to the side.
Okay. Oh, right, those ones. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask. So you asked Zafir earlier that he can do a check to remember how to worship his god. Can I do that as well to know what Nylea likes?
Sure. Make a religion check and try to see if you can pull upon something.
Not bad.
17, not bad at all. One moment. I believe it's this, but I could be wrong. No, I'm looking for this. Thought so. Okay, I thought so. So, for some reason, you begin to just sort of recall, and you look over, and I mean, you're not too much of the religious type. I mean, you don't really even know, like, kind of how this kind of thing works and functions, but you kind of get in the sense, or just a feeling in the back of your head that maybe this god doesn't necessarily care, or maybe I shouldn't necessarily try to formulate words and try to do a prayer that way. Maybe offering something more physical, or pledging to do something instead and upholding that would probably suit this individual more.
Okay.
Now, looking at this one, now granted, you are a smarter individual for the most part. You're not dumb by any means. Considering the bow, considering the nature of them and the way they look, could maybe be a creature, something that you killed to sacrifice them, an animal maybe, or, well, even something of just general value to you, and to give it or offer it to them.
Oof, that's a rough one, because I mean... Oh, are those birds still circling
Yep.
the arena?
Oh, Odin's birds?
Yep.
That's a tough choice. Piss one off to make the other one happy.
Maybe that's the ultimate form of worship. What are you talking about?
Fair.
Gods screw each other over all the time.
Fair. Wait, how explicitly do we know that it's Odin's birds? How explicitly does
I think
Spike
only
know it's
I know this, so.
okay?
Oh shit.
So in that
Oh,
case,
I should probably change the title. Fuck. Oops.
yeah, change the title to Spike killing himself.
Because the fight is over.
Yeah, I guess if that's the case, what kind of birds is it? Is it like
Crows.
fucking pigeons,
Alright,
crows?
hold on. I'll make sure. Hold up. Probably fucked that up.
Oh, ravens probably.
Yeah, I think it's ravens. My bad. I will confirm it, but point is blackbird.
Okay. Because I mean, there's nothing really that I can offer. I mean, can't actually give her my hammer.
It's ravens.
Do people usually hunt ravens?
No.
Would I know that?
Would
I have a
you
feeling
know if
not
people
really.
hunt ravens? Make another religion check for me real quick.
Okay,
Bird is bird.
true.
Bird is also the word.
10. Okay, now I'm about to make your life a living hell, Cat. Because I'm about to introduce a wrench into this. So, here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing about Nylia, which makes her so goddamn confusing. As you look towards the birds and whatnot, you kind of wonder, maybe that would be the best sacrifice and whatnot. But with your 10, you kind of just begin to wonder and second guess. Nylia, what would she do? What would she want? I don't fucking know. And something in you just says, wait, it has something to do with animals, but is it to hunt all of them, or is it to nurture them, to take care of them and protect them? Well, how the fuck am I gonna take care of a bird? Is it to hunt them? I don't know. There you go. Figure that one out for you.
Okay. Oh, that's a tough one because I know that I lost the memory of the bear.
Mm-hmm.
Where's my dice?
When in doubt, roll.
Which one? Yeah, what's this one? Okay. No, actually, this one. Is that an omen? That's probably an omen, but
What'd you get?
we got a 1.
Oh no. What's that mean? Well, you'll tell me in a minute.
As a player, I know it's a horrible idea. Ah, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this.
Do you want to come back to you?
Well, everybody else went, right? Yeah. So, okay, make a decision. Make a decision. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna.
Just hope he missed.
As a random turtle always are said from afar, Cowabunga, it is.
Yep. It is. Okay.
Oh
gonna-
man.
Gonna try to kill one of the birds.
Alright, well, how do you kill one of them? Do you just like wait till a bird kind of lands and then you just take your maul and just fucking smash it?
Oh, dude.
What'd you say?
I guess.
Alright.
This feels so wrong. It feels so wrong.
Feels wrong. Don't do it.
That said, Spike, you look over and it's just like, fuck, man. But you see as one single crow, or excuse me, raven, begins to sort of sit down, perching itself right beside you. And it eyes you up and down. And you grab the likes of your maw with the jagged edges, the barbed wire as well. Raise it above your head and bring it down with with the force that you possibly can muster. And as it cracks amongst, it leaves a little bit of almost a crater from the strike. And the bird kind of, its corpse just sort of hangs off and it's kind of, it's awful. It sticks from this sort of bits of glass and the barbed wire and it eventually falls off. But as it does, you see as its eyes that was sort of glowing this green sort of light, it just looks towards you and doesn't stop looking until the life from it fades.
No, I hate this, I hate this.
But on the good news, you get a D10 inspiration dice from Cowabunga Man himself, Agni. That said, you have a dead bird beside you.
What did I do? Okay.
Gonna write that down.
Okay.
Add 1 to your food count.
I
Eat the cursed bird.
It's free. Yeah, it's free food. Why aren't we hunting them?
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Yeah.
Wait, have I seen her do this?
Anybody that's not busy with their gods, like having a vision or anything like that. So Zephyr,
currently
you're
not.
out of commission or whatever. Myra,
I mean, it's
you
over for
would
me
kinda-
at this point.
It would be like just ending, because I'm assuming you guys are doing this all at unison. You're not doing this one by one, you know? So it'd maybe be like just ending, because yours wasn't that long. Amethyst
Well, I
is
know
still busy
Beast
with
Speech.
Iroas.
I know bee speech. Can I hear the thing dying? Like, does it make
Oh
a
no,
noise?
no.
Yeah, make a perception check.
Mean Sensei.
You are really cruel. Yeah.
No,
3.
Myra just doesn't want to do anything today because my dice are cursed.
No, I don't hear anything. Alright, well, that is that. I said, Spike, what do? You have the bird, well, I guess beside you, next to the statue. And you see as it's kind of by the, funny enough, it's kind of by the, shattered portion of the statue. Both of them kind of right next to one another.
Okay. Yeah, this was such a bad idea.
Your chat is fucking ruthless.
I can see that, Jesus. Okay. Get a hold of yourself. Like this is like getting to Quick Cat, like a lot. I'm fucking vegetarian, okay?
Oh man.
Okay, good. Okay, we're fine. Okay,
Take a deep breath if you gotta.
okay. I will pick up the bird. This was a horrible choice. Gotta pick up the bird and place it gently in front of the statue. and say, I offer you this sacrifice in thanks for the strength that you gave me during the last fight. I couldn't have won without it. And I'm very thankful. But with everything that we've learned here, well, the little that we've learned here so far, I know that even the great strength that I have isn't going to be enough to do what has to be done. And at this point, like her eyes are going to cloud over a little bit, and I saw again what happened to my sister, and it can't be in vain. Please, if there's any kind of blessing that you can bestow upon me to help me with this quest so that no one else has to feel this horrible, horrible pain. Please, I need your help. And if you don't think I deserve it, I understand as well.
Alright. So, here's the thing. I have good news and I have potentially upsetting news, Spike.
Is the bird
Alright, so the good news is you get advantage. And you get a +2 to this roll. Or excuse me, a +3 to this roll. The bad news is you would have gotten a -8 to this roll. But because you RP'd so well, you'll have it only cancels out to a +3 instead, like overall. So, oh god. That was a decision. Make a persuasion check and add +3 and do it with advantage. Oh god. There are multiple different avenues for this one. Alright, 19, is that your final roll?
Yeah, so 19 plus, you said 3. Yeah,
19
so.
plus 3, so 22. Okay. Oh, goodness, here we go. Ah, shit. Here we go again. Alright. As this begins to happen, you look over your form, Spike, as you see the statues behind Nylea begin to slowly sort of course. In front of one of the statues, you see as a strange bit of flames begins to or almost hover in front of them. Almost like a little bit of a miniature fireball as it sort of resides there. Another sort of sphere begins to form. However, it is made the likes of bits of the dirt and ground around them. Another one forms, and it seems to be just one completely made, well, I've got to make sure this is correct, out of lightning, as it just sort of coagulates and more. Another one, the fourth, just begins to form, made out of pure liquid and water. And you look over towards the fifth one, and you see as it just kind of freezes over. Bits of sort of snow begins to form amongst it. For nothing. And then, oh boy. You hear this in your head. Oh boy, another voice. Here we go. Feminine in nature, but direct and to the point as they ask you a question. If you don't want to feel said pain anymore, or make sure no one else feels that same anguish, then why do you run away?
I don't know why I ran, but there's a lot of things that I don't know and I don't remember, but I'm not gonna run anymore. I need to face this head first. I know I made mistakes in the past, but I'm ready to face what's ahead.
If you say you are ready, well, words are one thing, but actions are more important for this matter. You need to embrace what you truly are rather than run from it. Figure out these inklings of your past and decide what you want to make of them. If you embrace them, well, that is one of the first steps for being able to save her from the corruption. And you look over and you feel your sort of almost vision and you almost that of your head slowly being sort of pulled towards the likes of the broken statue, just sort of almost freezing over before your very eyes, almost coursing with snow. That said, Spike, what do you say and what do you do?
I've been trying to remember to know what happened, but they all keep saying that we can't have knowledge, and knowledge is with a price and all that. I don't understand all these things with gods and fighting and all that. But if there's a chance to save her, of course. I didn't realize it was possible. But I'll do whatever it takes to prove to you that I'm steadfast in what I say, and I won't run anymore.
You can save her and many others, but you are not the only one who was taken by that force before. She seeks you. She asks you questions. Do not run. Face her head on. And with that, you see as you look towards this sort of spheres off to the side, they begin to almost, one by one, begin to dissipate until to come back to your senses. The stone statue over to the side, no longer coursing with snow, is just normal. You look all around, and it seems to be Zephyr and Ingot. They are sort of coming back down and doing as they do, getting ready to return. Likes of Amethyst as well. Myra in the center, and Navar off to the side. But it seems to be that whatever you were speaking to has faded away for a conversation. Maybe not with them, but with another individual for another time. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Spike?
I think Spike would just sit on the ground, just in shock, and kind of just holding the hammer and just kind of fiddling absentmindedly with it, just digesting the news that
That said,
my sister might be still alive. Like, did I understand that correctly?
you don't really understand a lot, I'll be honest with you, but yeah, possibly, maybe, I don't know.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, she's in shock as much as I am. So.
And to summarize on top of that, to make sure you understand that, don't want any confusion, she said that you weren't the only one affected by that force, and that's all she said about that. So that said, all the way over here, meanwhile, Ingot, if you are still on top of the sort of or place above, that is fine for you, unless you would like to come down. Zephyr, are you not by Mimir, or?
Zephyr would come down with it when Ingot's ready.
Gotcha.
I mean, can Ingot just plant himself there?
Yeah, you can if you want. If you want to use Earthbound and all that stuff.
Yeah, I think it will just plant himself right there.
Easy enough. You see as his legs begin to slowly become one singular unit as it embeds itself into the stone below.
You rest in here then? Ingot?
Ingot is just gone.
Yeah, he does not respond at this point.
Okay, well, we've gotten a fair bit. You know, we're not too bad. He didn't eat the belt. You know, maybe he's not a bad person.
Yeah, you always talk to yourself. Maybe we'll just call out to you.
When I need to.
Alright, well join
What
the
about
club.
yourself? You've
Alright.
been here all this time? Speak to yourself often, or be one with the void?
Alright, all the time. And I guess you could say talking to yourself. I mean, ain't got too many followers, so at least of now, being locked up in here. So the requests and whatnot, pretty sort of, pretty light. I do say so myself. But, I guess, yeah, I do talk to myself, pretty often. Try to remember things to keep myself sane.
Well, hope you can find some followers soon. Who knows, maybe one of these bunch will.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I have a theory. One in shorter time than you imagine.
Well, at the moment, it seems you're more of a follower to us right now. Or with you tagging along?
I guess so, but that said, what, you're not gonna get a fucking prayer out of me, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, why do I need a prayer when I can have a chat like this?
Yeah. That said, You all, are you all resting or something before your questions? Or are you all gonna sort of join together to finally ask it? I've been just sort of sitting here waiting. Oh, no.
Well, it seems the mushroom's gone off to bed.
Hold on
Whatever
real
the fuck
quick.
he's
Pete,
doing.
were you trying to say something?
Yeah, I just I was gonna try and say that I wanted to go up to Mimir.
Sure.
When this conversation is finished, though.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Yeah,
done.
like while they're all doing their like godly stuff. That's what I was intending to do, but you know, it's okay.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Zephyr.
Anyway, I say the mushroom, or Ingot, I think that name suits him. Ingot's off to bed or whatever the fuck he's doing. So, I guess, see what everyone else is up to.
Alright. That said, Zephyr, you're free to move wherever you wish, and as you're doing that, going to wherever, Navro, you eventually see as Zephyr and Mir have finished their conversation.
Navro begins to limp towards Mimir, and he's still lingering on. This whole time, his thoughts haven't gone away. He's only had more time to concentrate on them, on the times that he's fallen, on the single strike that one of the undead had given him and nearly killed him. And that sense of complete existential dread fills him a little bit more, knowing where he is. And he goes up to Mimir, propping himself on his quarterstaff, and kind of leans in a bit. While the others are away, I would like to ask you my question.
Thing is, your question, you refer to it like, keep in mind you only get, all of you get one total question as a group, not sort of individual.
Okay,
But
sorry, yeah.
If you need something answered, I can potentially answer it. But it depends on what it is. It's not too locked away behind too many doors of knowledge.
Well, this won't be the question. I do have particular.
Aye.
I lived before I was this. Do you know anything about it?
Past. I'll actually be quite honest. I know it's sort of unfortunate and whatnot. This is gonna sound strange. So, to save me and you from any harm coming from us, I only know about as much as you've ever told me, and will tell me, if that makes any sense. About that place. That place over there. That's besides the grasp of really my knowledge and my strength, and in fact really all of the gods' sort of strength. Even the old Dendar and whatnot.
I understand. I am disappointed, to say the least. But I do have one other question. You are the head of this place. Forgive the pun.
Alright, well, come on, get out, get the rest of them out of here, come on.
I only have the one.
Right. But yes, I do kind of look over this place. What about it?
Who's going to... You're coming with us. You're aware. No one else is here. Who's going to take your place?
Sort of sigh for a bit. You know, not gonna lie, I didn't really sort of think about that. Kind of was so excited just to get out of here. Finally be able to see the world for what it is and learn more and more and more. Forgot my sort of responsibilities here and whatnot. Shit.
May I entrust to you something?
Depends. What is it?
A personal revelation.
All ears.
And he looks at you with like a melancholic gaze in his eye.
I'm afraid that fight back there, we got lucky. If we didn't, we'd all be dead. You can look at the mushroom, you can look at the bear and buff gazer, whatever they are, the eyes, they're all built like tanks, built like houses, yet they were destroyed. What could I have done? Had all of them fallen? And I have fallen repeatedly, over and over,
And he looks to his like failing flesh.
I don't know how much more I could take of this. I want to know who I am. And defeat whatever it is. But I don't want to die in the process. I have a preposition. And I'm not sure you're going to like it.
Well, there's no harm in at least hearing it. I don't think.
I take your place here. I reside here. In the safety of it. And those who stay in the arena may have my guidance. While you go off and have mojitos in the desert by an oasis. The trick would most certainly kill me. I need not food or drink, but I'd crumble to dust. I feel this could be advantageous for you and I. And I wouldn't have made this deal before. My pride would be too high, too momentous to my own failings. God and her smiting Erebos' champions.
And the fact that, and he points around to his companions.
All of these warriors so strongly as gods that I trust them now.
Take my place. That being said, a sacrifice and whatnot. Well, I didn't think that you'd heard the stories and whatnot, but I didn't think you'd actually go through with it. You realize that this thing There has to be someone. Someone has to be here. Whether you'd want to do this for the rest of your days, or until I return, you wouldn't be able to leave. Are you sure about that?
I look around at the statues and I'll have plenty of conversation with them. And he points to his own head. And in here. You need not worry for my sanity. Nor for the condition of this place. I am patient. And I would rather safe over the outside.
I'll be honest with you. If you didn't have that mark, if you were some random fuck off or fuck about, then I'd have told you to piss off and keep moving. But I know what those things mean. You're not like the others. None of you are. Whether I trust you or not, it's really besides the point. I know I've gotta. At least for this cycle, I do. That being said, if you want to be burdened with knowledge, then I'll welcome you to it. You say
knowledge is power. It's what I need.
Knowledge is power, but remember, as I said, knowledge is dangerous. Never forget that. You still gotta answer your question of all the others and stuff. I'll let you break the news to them when you can. But whenever they leave, you take yourself and one of those sort of chairs and stuff will form when the next group arrives and leaves. You take a seat right there, and you solidify yourself as the next watcher of, the Arena of the Gods. That said, I think it's probably best time to get everyone to here, if we can. That fucker over there, we'll look over to Ingot. That one's, and also he said that another one would form. Basically the entire arena would reset. But, that fucker over there looking towards Ingot. That one's probably not moving. So, as stupid as it sounds, you're probably gonna need to take us all up there and go to him rather than, bring him to us. Let's get this question sort of going. You only got a little bit of time left anyways before everything changes.
All right. I do have one last question.
All right, come on.
Will I change as the vanguard of this place? Physically? Mentally? Or will I just be...
Quite frankly, it really depends on the type of knowledge you learn. I mean, you'll probably see the other one in a minute. Fiery fucker. He ain't the same from the knowledge he learned. He's been taken over by all of it. He's gonna have to deal with that burden. Could happen to you, but it, again, depends on what you know and learn.
Knowledge is my domain. The only domain I have. Enough talk.
Alright.
Wasting time.
You'll see as Mimir will just sort of yell out, trying to get your attention now, after Zephyr walking about. Alright, Zephyr!
Hey,
Get the others. I'm gonna go screaming about.
I thought we said we were gonna take a rest first. Unless we're in a rush.
Kinda am, not gonna lie to you. You're running out of time before the next one begins to sort of happen and occur. So, if you can at least all be together, it'd make this a lot easier.
Hey, Inga! Come here. Nap time's after.
That creature's name is Ingot.
It would be more fitting, given all the shit he eats.
Can I even hear them when I'm earthbound?
You can. You can kind of just, it's easier to tune them out for sure, though.
Before I go over to them, can I feel or sense any, like, plants or anything?
Plants? The closest thing to you, like, sort of sensing plants is kind of near, I believe it's this one, I'm probably gonna butcher it, but by the statue of Karametra, the goddess of harvest. That's probably the closest thing that you can feel resembling a plant, but besides that, not really.
Alright, I'll do my usual and ask the plants for shinies. I know they can't talk back, but I will always ask a plant for shiny each time I go earthbound.
Good to know. From they kind of like, again, they kind of can't respond, but it's just like a bit of just like, what? Confusion sort of thing.
Can I, like, present them a mental image of a shiny? So I think it's telepathic.
It is. Mental image of a shiny. Roll, I don't know, just roll a persuasion check, I guess. Nat 20? Shit.
I'm not proficient in persuasion.
Oh my god, this guy is cracked. I think that's all of them then. Holy shit, you might have gotten all of your proficiencies in one session.
Holy shit.
So, that is perception. You gave yourself perception, right?
Yeah.
And then that is now persuasion. Oh my gosh. He can now ask for all the shinies.
I knew it would happen.
So as you begin to sort of form a mental image of them, you kind of just begin to recall of you just asking multiple individuals just shiny over and over again. Most of them being confused, but then eventually them giving in. And as the plants begin to sort of think, now hold on, I gotta make sure. They can't respond, but can they like give you images or messages back or like different meanings back? Or is it just you talking? It's a one-way thing.
I gotta check, but I don't think they gain any special ability to do so, but if a plant is able to, for whatever reason, I believe they can. I have no special ability to understand them in return.
Gotcha. Okay. So, that
I
said,
think they can technically talk to me. I just won't know what they say.
yeah. So probably if you like knew Druidic or something along those lines, or maybe a different spell, you'd be able to speak to them, or like understand them. That said, you get the sense of like, yeah, we got you. We'll look out for the shinies or something like that. But I mean, again, it's not much more than that kind of give you.
I'm happy with that. I guess I'll join the others.
All right, you root yourself from the ground and join or prop yourself down. Myra and Amethyst, do you guys join the others?
Yes, yes.
That eye still watching me or whatnot?
Oh yeah. It is not left.
I'll grudgingly slowly walk over, but kind of keep an eye looking around as if something is there.
All right, easy enough. Alright. So y'all have I have a question for you. Ain't got much time, but you got a choice. Now, as I said before, you complete the challenges, then you get a bit of knowledge for free. Knowledge that's not restrained, I have to answer truthfully. That said, you can choose to answer it now and get a move on before everything changes and whatnot. Or you can choose to answer it upon, I believe, the day, or come day. Granted, I mean, you wait a little bit longer, you're gonna be stuck here for a bit longer, so choice is yours.
I guess we might as well get it over with then.
We have a question in mind.
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. The last fuckers that sort of came around here, they took forever. But they eventually got around to it. So, if you think you can come up with an answer, then hey, go for it. Or a question, then hey, go for it.
I have one in mind. Not sure about the rest of you.
Alright. So, out of game, let me explain this real quick so you guys can understand what what Mimir's alluding to and also what I'm alluding to. We have, we can go 30 more minutes to the session, but that is the longest amount I can possibly go. We can go to that, but, if you guys have you can answer the question, we can do it this session, or we can wait till next session, which means you guys will be in the arena for a little bit longer and all that stuff. Now, granted, if you guys still want to do the thing that I talked to you guys about at the beginning of the session, if you guys remember, for tomorrow, you can still do that no matter what choice you make. Where the question I have is, do you guys want to ask this question now or next session?
Well, I won't be here tomorrow, just to say.
I think now will be best.
Now will be good.
Because
we can, like,
otherwise,
try and-
we'll chew into the next session otherwise.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Like, we've been here for how many sessions? You know, we have to get a move on. This one here.
All right. So if that's the case, 30 minutes is your hard cutoff, and all that stuff. Once you ask the question, I will answer it truthfully, and that will be the end of that. So, one thing that I should mention, if you do not remember, I am basically saying you guys have access and the answer to a free meta question of your choice. It can be about literally anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be something your character would ask. It can be anything at all, as Mimir is not asking you, Zephyr, Spike, Amethyst, and everybody else the question. He is asking Finn, Cat, and Patron Saints the question. He is speaking to your spirits right now.
So why is 14 the answer to the universe?
We'll strangle you.
But the other thing is, you can't blurt out a question or anything like that. It has to be confirmed by everybody, and everybody has to be okay with it. But also, one thing to note is one of you will be the quote-unquote person asking the question. All right? It'll only be one of you quote-unquote asking, or walking up and telling it to Mimir. The other thing is, as I've said so many times in this campaign, knowledge is very, very powerful, but it's very dangerous. Some questions you can ask can result into your immediate death, or hell, even that of your cosmic death. Now, I gotta explain this every single time. Cosmic death means this: if you suffer this fate, your character not only dies, but every single character you have played in Project Aurora also die and are erased from existence as if they never were. That said, you guys know the stakes. Oh boy, you guys have a couple minutes to converse.
Well,
What do you guys
so
think?
we know 42 is the answer, is the meaning of life, but what's the question?
I think I want to personally ask, like, how can we, like, because we clearly know what, like, the corruption is at this point. Like, we know it exists and we know it's evil.
What is it?
I'd
though?
say, well, the question like is beyond like what is it, is how do we stop it? Because it's already, destroyed city. It's already killed our loved ones. how do we stop this thing,
I-
first and foremost?
Apparently, though, a lot of us are connected to it, and I'm kind of curious how we're connected to it.
It's true.
There is the other question of Ragnarok. But I'm guessing that question will probably lead to cosmic death.
Ragnarok?
Yeah, end of the world. You'll probably know as. I'm not sure if I should say it or not.
As long as we
So
don't
is
see
he-
Fenrir, we're all good.
Oh yeah, by the way, I'm Fenrir.
Oh,
Oh
Fenrir is not a giant wolf, it's actually an on-fire salamander.
man.
makes sense. He wasn't on fire or something.
Hmm.
So I'm more curious how we're all connected to it rather than how do we defeat it. I feel like we're gonna figure that out pretty easily. 'Cause that's
Hmm.
a pretty big point.
Yeah, we're more meta, so if we ask how to defeat it, then we're gonna learn that down the ways of just how D&D works. Typically. How we are connected to it might give us some insight and fighting chances. I don't know, what's important to us?
Ask.
Shiny writing.
Can we just ask what paths?
Pretty much everyone here is an amnesiac, so like our pasts, obviously. Yeah, connections, I suppose. So that answers most of the like. That kind of answers everyone a little bit.
We can only ask one question though, so we could try and
Was
word
one
it. So
question.
one question covers
What are
all
all
of
of our pasts?
But I thought he said that he wouldn't answer something like that.
No, he is literally going to answer anything you ask him, and he has to do it truthfully. No matter
But
what
we
it
could
is.
die.
Yes, depending on what it could be, or whatever you ask.
So I have a feeling if we ask something as direct as how do we destroy the corruption,
I want
that
to point out
feels like too obvious. Like it feels like it feels we'd be smited.
yeah, we
Why?
kind of got to watch what we say because we are in the arena of the gods.
Yeah.
Why are there crying children in mana crystals?
It's a pretty.
I was gonna ask that, but like,
Actually, yeah.
I think we
I'm
could just
trying to
ask
think.
him that one, but
Is it a waste though?
no, I didn't mean with our question. I think we could just like after our question ask him
Oh.
that real quick.
Yeah.
Do we want to find out what we need to feed Ingot to make him more powerful?
No.
Oh my god.
So what's his diet supposed to be?
23 minutes left.
For paths or a question about the corruption, or generally what we're all doing here. We see images of others, and we've seen others.
Where are
Hello?
all the magic items kept?
So
Tell
this
us, old
doesn't
man.
go, or so we don't pull a rhyme with the Frost Maiden. Here's what we'll do. Everybody come up with a question that you want answered, and then after that, you present all the questions and figure out which one's the best one that you want answered, and then go from there.
All right.
Because unless you guys are writing stuff down, you're just gonna run in circles for 2 hours.
Yeah. Finn had a really good idea. The mana crystal.
I think that's going to be a simple question with a simple answer like, oh, it's just the nature of the wild magic.
To be honest, I think there's a lot more behind it knowing Sensei. And
And
there's
considering
madness.
the DC was really
Well,
high.
none of us knew that the crystal actually laughed. The only one who actually knew was Navro, and we'd
And-
have to go off the guy who literally says everything around him.
But this is meta. Keep that in mind.
That is true. I
We're
forgot.
allowed to ask.
Oh boy.
This is meta. Can I tell them what I know, or do I have to keep certain things secret still?
You're asking a question, you're not telling them something. What are you talking about?
More like the secrets you DM'd us, Sensei.
Oh, if I told you not to tell them, then don't.
Yeah.
Well, here, let me DM you, because you never told me not to tell them this, but...
Okay. Yeah, if you're not entirely sure, you can DM me.
My character hasn't told them anything, so I won't. Just for that character.
Like,
My
all of you
character
guys
doesn't
know,
know
like,
this,
if you,
but I
for
know
example,
this.
for example, if you want to ask, what the fuck is Spike? Even though no one knows what Spike is except for Zephyr and all that, yeah, you can ask that
I think
question.
I now know what she is, because that voice said something to me, but...
Hmm.
Yeah, if you like that, yeah, you could ask that question. Limbit.
No, I mean, could I tell them? Because I know what it is, out of character. In character, I don't know what it is.
You probably shouldn't if you want to actually keep it a secret from them.
Okay.
I have
The issue with meta.
I have one question that I'm thinking. Like,
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but hey, you probably shouldn't if you want to do that for the future.
why do we have marks on our hands?
I was thinking about that because
Mm-hmm.
our characters know that there's. Oh well, actually, this question is meta, so
We can ask
What
it.
do these
Maybe.
marks means?
My mark
mean?
actually connected me to other people with the same mark, so...
Yeah, and it was the one with Ingot and one of the ones from. Is it not
Rhyme of the
Value?
Frost Maiden.
I have
Rhyme of Frost
Leica
Maiden.
and one I don't
Yeah.
know. I have Leica in mine and one I don't know.
But the thing is, the one that with Ingot, he saw like another person. They connected together perfectly. So I think asking what these marks are, because they're the biggest hindrance we have so far, and the
We can't
biggest
hold
obstacle.
hands. I mean, how are we supposed
Yeah.
to do things like that?
I think
Yeah,
Nahibe
like,
has
we-
the same mark as you as well. From what,
We
if
need
my
Too
to-
notes are
afraid to
correct.
touch my hand.
That is
though.
correct, she
That's
does.
on you guys.
Like, we need to get this over with so we can have those romantic gay moments. Like holding hands.
You
I
guys
don't know
too
if you,
afraid to
I
hold
don't know
my
if you
hand.
knowing that information is gonna make it where it doesn't happen. That's
How
how that
about-
works.
Oh, if I put on a glove, does it work?
No glove, no
enough,
love.
not
You know how
enough.
it goes.
Hey, out of character,
Is it?
though,
Oh,
is this
are
actually
we able to hold
Navros?
each other's fingers?
I
Is
want
it
to
actually
hold
Navros'
hands without
last
losing an arm.
How about this for a question? Not just what they are, but what is the relationship between people who have the same mark?
I think asking what they mean would uncover that.
Okay.
That's a more general
If we
question.
ask, yeah, so asking something that unveils the most amount of information. So basically, we want to phrase it in a very good manner, in case
fair.
Sensei acts like a genie and
We
pulls
could
a
be the
180 on us, like, "Oh, you want to fly? Okay, fuck gravity."
15
could be the
or
biggest-
18 minutes left.
We could really quickly be the biggest dick and ask, how do we get all of our questions answered in one go?
But
Maybe
that's our
cosmic death.
question. That's our that's our question, though. So we won't be able to ask another question.
That was
Cosmic
Genie's
death
wish.
is the answer. Because you gotta remember, we can ask anything, but we might die doing it.
I think asking what the marks mean
Yeah,
is a
let's
good
go.
one.
Yeah, I don't
vote for that.
understand why I have...
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
we can go with
and-
that.
So I guess go down the line of who goes for it for that one. Who says no? I guess. Does anyone not want that
You know
question?
what? I can do this question. Do you want me to ask? Because technically mine did something funny a couple minutes ago.
It makes sense.
Are you all healed up though?
No, I have 1 HP, so...
The one thing we want to think about most is the saving throw.
Oh, is there
who
a
has
saving
the
throw
big-
involved
the
in
highest.
this?
Yeah,
I think I'm the
because
only person with
cosmic death.
+5.
On saving
Ooh,
throws.
I got a plus
On
4.
saving throws.
I have a plus 6 to
intelligence?
charisma.
I have a +7 for intelligence.
It's
Yeah, you're
also
staying
full
here
health, though.
anyway. So let's just shove Navro here.
How do I see saving throws?
Put
How do
Navro
I
in. He's
see-
staying here anyway.
No, but never. No, we need.
Is
to.
that
No.
confirmed thing? Like he is staying here? Because I kind of want to. If he, like, is he gonna be here for next session, but as like a different character or something? Like out of character?
Okay, so it's
What was
the
that?
right one. I was just checking which one's the saving throw or not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got +5.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
Man, that's a question I want answered.
Oh man.
What was that?
The question I want answered now is Navro like getting a new character or something, or Butcher?
We'll figure that out later, though.
We'll see.
We don't want to.
Yeah.
We need our time for question.
Well, if his
Well, it's
his
question
character
time right
now,
now. Let's
Because
just
It's-
let's
look,
do the question
yeah.
right now.
15 minutes
Who has
left.
the biggest saving throw?
Navro with a
Navro.
+7.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll have him ask the question, and it suits his character perfectly.
Mhm.
How do you want to phrase the question? If we are going with this one, if there are no objections. I'm guessing we're kind of going majority rules. But
I would say for the wording, what do the marks on our palms mean? It's specific, it's simple, it's general. It'll
It doesn't answer one question though. Who gave us these marks?
well, that's another thing. Like that'll eventually be figured out.
what if the question is literally marks?
Mark?
Yes,
What
Ingate
is
will
it?
ask the question.
What is all to know about the marks? What is there all to know about the marks?
A lot,
That's a
because
good
they're all
phrasing.
completely different and they all have different reactions. They make us see hallucinations and things that aren't like there, premonitions of the future. There's a lot to know about them, I feel.
Yeah, I think that's a good phrasing though. What is there all to know about the marks?
That's almost too
That's not
general.
really a
because
question.
Then, like,
Yeah.
That's not really a
Yeah.
question.
like we can't say like tell me everything about the marks, or we can't even use that
Yeah.
as like phrase as a
Yeah.
question because
I can tell
feel
you
like
guys
would-
that one
wouldn't
without
get
like
an
having
answer.
you ask it and then get screwed over. That's not really a
Yeah.
question.
Is marks with a question mark at the end of it a
Imagine
proper
this.
question?
Imagine this if you need a little bit of help. Ask a question. Imagine you're sitting down, you're back in high school or whatever, taking a test, and there is a question, and there is you can have a multiple choice answer or some shit. And whether how long that multiple choice answer is, sure, but it's going to be an answer that can kind of, be chosen or written down.
I feel like the
You know what
answer
I
to
mean?
marks is yes.
I know that's a terrible analogy, but you get what I mean.
Honestly, I do like just like what do these marks mean?
Yeah, and to be specific, it's the marks on our palm, because
Yeah.
there's almost that feeling that like Mimir could like I don't know, like some other marks.
What
Mark.
do these marks mean? Oh, your fingerprints. Oh, so you're born with them?
You're a Leo.
To people.
I'm happy with that. Shall we just go with that? Because we're
Yeah.
dragging on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
let's go.
Do it.
All right, so we're all confirmed.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So Navro slowly comes up and
Hold up,
he
one second. Hold on. Move over here. Okay. Alright, so you got your question or something?
We do.
Alright.
and he takes off his glove, points to the black star.
What do the marks on our palms mean?
What do the marks on our palms mean? Alright, that is your question, correct? Confirming.
He is pointing to the black star because that is the marks he means, and he says, yes.
Oh fuck. Pointing to the black star. Ah fuck.
So, Kieran, can you make your biggest saving throw, please?
Oh
Thank you.
man. Our palms. This might be the one with the caveat. Okay, now I actually gotta think. Cause this is the one with this is a question with a caveat that you didn't necessarily think about. Alright, what's our palms mean?
The marks on our palm, so not just the black star of the groups, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean, or what you intend, but hold on.
He did say R. He didn't say this.
And think about that, Pete, for a second.
Are not all of them on our palms?
They're all, I'm very sure.
Yeah, what does caveat mean?
I mean, has anyone checked their ass?
Problem.
Oh boy.
Damn it, he's right. We haven't.
None of us have looked at our own asses, guys. We missed the obvious.
Palms mean. Okay.
Oh, I got a full moon on mine.
It's really just a coin flip with this one. Okay.
Mine is a full moon. Wink, wink.
All right. It's a coin flip on this one, my friend. So either it really is a coin flip. Oh God. Both lead to interesting answers. Okay, Navro. You're gonna need to roll a D100, and it's really just a 50-50 split down the middle. 50 or lower, you get the answer that you intend for, that I know as a DM, like as a person you intend for. 50 or higher, you get the answer you actually are supposed to get. Roll a D100 for me.
I'm rolling the D100. Here I go.
Rich dice.
46. Yikes. Okay. Is that the final roll? Are you affecting it in any way, shape, or form?
Was it below 50 we wanted, or above?
I think someone gave me 1d4 inspiration. I think Rick at some point gave me 1d4 inspiration.
It was 1d10, I think.
Yeah.
1d10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to use it here?
Yeah, if you want.
Do you want to use it here?
You can use it to increase or decrease your number.
Well, I think the answer we actually want is yeah. So we'll increase it.
Wait, is that below 50 the one we want?
Yeah.
The below 50 is the one you want. Well, what you intended for. Higher than 50 is the one that you actually are going to get, and I can't say more than that. Or you actually should get, and I can't say more than that.
I think it's a 50-50 on both, man.
I'd not use your inspiration, because if you want it as worded, you've got it. But if you want it as interpreted, that's the 50 higher.
Alright then, we'll leave it. 46.
Alright. I will close that section of the notes. Okay, so what do the marks on our palms mean is the question. Those, oh goodness, here we go. I got to make sure. Alright. So, here's the thing with these sort of marks and whatnot. They're to sort of separate you from the sort of bunch, the rest of them. They're essentially given to people who're supposed to compete in the trials and to become their champions and whatnot. I have a question for you. What sort of monster have you not seen since you sort of been in this realm? Just a little question. What monster have you not seen, or even really heard remnants about?
Dragons?
Aye, that's the one. Dragons. You haven't seen a bloody fucking one. That's because those are the sages of Voden. There's, 5, but since it's all the free knowledge, no need to hide anything. There's 5 of them, but there's really a 6th one. Each mark, each differing thing, refers to one to be destined for to really become one of their champions and whatnot. Thing is, nope, you didn't get, or you don't get that information with this. Is this still a thing? Okay. Thing is, though, as some of them have figured out, those symbols can be swapped and transferred. But only by having the symbols come in direct contact with one another, and at a certain time when you're powerful enough. Couple of individuals figured that out, but lost the power so they can't do it anymore. Though, thing is, right now, some of them can't be necessarily changed. You'll have to figure that one out yourselves and axe that. But once a champion is forged, the symbol cannot be swapped, as its soul is bound to it. Oh boy. So, that said, the other thing is, for them, the palms or the marks and whatnot, they manifest in such upon you doing certain sort of tasks and certain things. One of them is trying to sort of manifest right now, especially on ingots, but time's not right yet. Wait a couple of, well, wait till the next sun and you'll see what I mean. That said, I'm pretty sure, is that everything for it that the question asks? I think so. I think there's one other thing. Oh, yeah, there's that one. So, to go into the specifics of what each and every single one of them mean, I'll go into it. Kinda to represent all 6 spirits and whatnot. The first one, the second one, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the 6th. And at that point, hey, Navro, make the highest saving throw you've got. Boom!
Oh no!
You got this. You got this.
We could give you the D12 that Ingot got, but that's only if Ingot is willing to give it.
No.
Doesn't he still have his D10 as well?
He does have a
I do.
D10, yeah.
Here we go.
D12's just bigger.
I'm rolling the saving throw.
Oh no.
Yeah, but Ingot likes to see the sparkling lights.
Holy shit!
Can I? It doesn't make a difference if I add the inspiration, does it?
It all adds up, my friend. It all adds up. I'm just gonna play this theme song that I have for this
Wait, what
group.
did he roll?
Nat 1. Alright.
Well, I guess you're making a new character like you want to.
Now, do we use the D12 or do we accept he rolled a nat 1 and it's the gods?
Oh no!
Are we able to use both of the inspirations?
No, it's
That one's
only
usually
one.
automatic fails, so.
That's only for attack rolls and saving or attack rolls.
Oh, okay. Just a second, I was like, wait, what?
Whoa!
It's not too late to rest and cast Bless, is it?
Yep, it's way too late. What's the choice?
I'll let the team decide whether they think it's worth it rolling a D12 or if it's just the fate of the gods.
D12 just because the lower it is, the more severe it is. Rolling
Never have like 1 health.
Can I also roll the
I can
D10
heal
too?
him.
Well, no, you can roll one or the other.
Roll the
I'll roll the
D12
D12.
if you're willing to give it. Yeah.
If you are completely willing to give it, I owe
I've
you my
only
life.
used it for
if this
something
works.
dumb.
Yeah, use it, please.
It's gonna be like a 3.
It was
It's-
almost-
A 10?
10.
Is that everything everybody can add to it? Or anybody
It's
can add
everything you'll
anything
let
to
us.
it? Do you have anything Navra, that
Myra
you can
doesn't
add?
seem to be very popular.
I don't
so
have
she
any
doesn't
more
get
knowledge of a
anything.
past life. I can't use Chronal Shift anymore.
Alright.
I hit it with a
Use
steel
the
chair,
back
does that
side.
help?
Nope.
I hit
Is-
Mimir with a steel chair.
Is it poison damage by any chance?
Nope. It's worse.
And why we should arrest it.
Oh no! Wait, you have 2 HP. Oh no! 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 Oh.
Remember how
babe.
I tried to rest guys?
Yeah,
This
I was
is
trying
something.
to.
I
Can I
thought we
not
had
do
been
lay on
wrestling.
hands real quick?
Oh nope. That is not how that works. Well. Oh goodness. We're gonna have to have a couple of conversations, Pete. Oh man. Oh
We
man.
have more characters. Than
Sensei,
just
Sensei,
Navro.
I have a very important question to ask.
I know what you're
Am
thinking.
I about? It's the bad thing, isn't it?
It's the bad thing.
It's.
It's the bad thing.
This is why I said amethyst, because they had full health.
Oh man.
I should have done it.
Here's what happens. We're gonna have to have a conversation, cause oh boy, I think I need to think for this one. I think I need to think. For the sort of rules with that. One moment.
That's
I'll
always
kill you,
a
King.
good thing to hear.
I'll kill you.
Asmira,
Hold
can
on.
I?
Hold on. I need to think. Give me 2 seconds.
Navro, do you have any echoes?
Yes.
Can Navro use echoes?
No.
Okay, I can't remember what they were used for.
Cosmic
not for
Death
this.
is often all of the echoes die.
You can't give inspiration after the roll. Or after the roll is called for. And he, yeah, and you can only use one. And you can only use one set of inspiration. You can't use multiple.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what echoes actually were, if they're just like knowledge from a past life kind of modifier, or if it was inspiration, because I've never used one.
And I'm guessing
It
we
wouldn't matter
cannot...
even if you did. He only has one.
Yeah, there's nothing like a give a person in that 20.
You're gonna have to have a conversation. Oh boy.
Yeah, we used down at 20, didn't we? Or did we never have one?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh boy.
We never got to...
Can I ask you this? If I just accept whatever offers me the deal instead of power, but to save Navro,
No.
can I? Damn.
You tried.
We'll cut it
Gotta
short,
ask the question.
Sensei. Is there anything that any one of us can do?
Oh boy.
Is there literally anything that any of us can do in any way, shape, or form?
I am thinking for it and looking through all of my possibilities, all of the sorts.
What if we all pray to
What
our
the-
gods for Navro's safety?
But they don't care. The
The arrow
gods,
is granting victory.
the gods have no power against this.
You just gave away very valuable information. Thank you.
There is one. But the thing is, they don't care.
That's why you pray to them, because they don't actually care. You just hope they want
Hey,
to
100% honesty. 100% honesty. Patron, real quick. How much does
Yo.
Amethyst care about Navro? Be 100% honest. Like, keep it a bean with me.
100% honest with you. Well, Navro and Amethyst have had some fun moments together, interacting and talking. I would say that out of the entire group, probably at the same level as Mama Bear, so there's a respectable friendship in her mind to Navro.
Would you die for Navro?
Would I die for Navro?
Oh fuck.
Ooh.
I will say, if you don't want to die...
No. Would you die for Navro?
Would
Would
I die
Amethyst-
for Navro?
Would Amethyst do it? Doesn't mean you will right now. I'm just asking the
I
question
know.
because then I will ask another question.
I know. That's a hard one.
If
I
Navro was
wanna
going
say-
to die in the zombie fight against Tony Takedown Stand Suplex, and you had an opportunity to save him, you knew you had an opportunity to save him, but you knew that you would you would most likely and almost certainly die if you did.
Yeah, if they were in the fight, Amethyst probably would have tried to. Yeah, I'd say yeah. She'd try to save him.
Oh boy, I need to make a... Okay.
If
Alright,
only Olaf was here.
here's a proposition for you. The only one of you... Oh god, I gotta think. Good fucking lord, I'm glad it's the end of this session. There's only one of you has the most one of the most powerful echoes in Project Aurora, and it's Patron. And there is the only of the likes that can maybe do anything, and it's not much.
Fucking Zivrin, here we go.
Oh my god. I need to think. I need time. But here's what happens to you, my friends.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Like, hold on, Patron. Do you actually want to do this? Are you okay with this? Like,
And out of character, yeah, I'm fine with this.
okay.
So that's fine. No, that's completely fine.
Alright. Here's what happens. As Amethyst, as Navro begins to hear the likes of the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth spirit, you see as the knowledge begins to just sort of overwhelm him of even hearing of their utterance. As it begins to happen, you watch as Mimir's eye begins to sort of shine a bright green, purple, and blue cosmic light. And as it happens, it starts, well, it actually starts from their legs. And you see as it begins to sort of crystallize and harden for a moment. It slowly, you watch as his entire form slowly freezes over, coursing amongst the legs and then up towards the torso and then all the way to the arms until the neck. And then, I guess I'll roll this even though it doesn't matter. Do you have any way to reduce damage?
Me?
Yes, to reduce 6 damage.
No.
Alright. You suffer.
I mean, could we use a inspiration die on this one?
No, because it's not a D20 or a D100. So, Navra, you take 6 points of astral damage. And you watch over as Navro's head begins to crystallize over for a brief moment. And you see as Mimir has a sort of saddened face amongst him before you hear a sort of cracking sound of like ice. And as that's getting ready to happen, Amethyst, you look towards Navro and you realize what's going on. And as it happens, all those sort of feelings that you've had before, you not knowing who they were from, where they're coming from, what this was, and why you remember certain things, they become clear for a brief moment as you call upon your one and only Echo, an individual dedicating themselves to protecting, to heal those wounded. And that sort of same sort of almost dedication just begins to sort of take over you for a brief moment. And you guys all look over at Amethyst as her form begins to sort of shift and change, and you see an astral starry figure begin to emanate. Wings angelic like an angel. Not able to make out general sort of skin colors, is their entire sort of form made of blue, greens, and purples. It's this astral light. And you see with each step, they corrupt the land below them and reach out to try to save them. And as that happens, oh boy, we'll have to pick up next time on the Ascent. I need to make a couple of phone calls now. Ah, shit. Here we make fucking go again.
I am Navro years old now.
Thank
you.
God.
So sorry,
I'm gonna have to think of some stuff. I need a week to brainstorm for a minute because I don't want to fuck this up.
May I
Kenny.
ask what character you sacrificed?
I didn't say you sacrificed anything. Oh boy.
Not yet, anyway.
You. It's time to get the goon squad back over again, patron.
Yes! Yes!
You created a whole nother campaign, didn't you?
No, it's not that.
Okay, I was about to say, the quest for Navro's soul would be a great campaign.
Oh god, yes. I
Christ.
the group's coming back, boys.
Boys of Akata.
I will. Oh man, Navro, you said you can't make it to next week's session.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. Depending on the scheduling, we may not have a session next week. Cause I need to make sure this happens and it happens right, god damn it. Which leads into a couple of other problems, but hey, this is gonna be something. Oh dear lord.
So glad I saved Ziprin's character sheet.
Oh no. Well,
And
hey
he was the
everybody,
one
hey,
who-
we got raided. They have no idea what the fuck we're talking about right now. Hi, I'm SenseiSuplex. I am a professional dungeon master, and this is a giant persistent universe where all the campaigns and all the universes are connected, and they affect each other in big or small ways. Speaking of which, this is how one of them are or how that is, because now they, oh gosh, one of the previous campaigns from long ago, from a couple of months ago, is now affecting this one, and it's all coming together. It's all coming together.
It tracks. I just want my boy Zazie back.
Oh my god, he said to be at the ready, so I gotta talk to Kitty and Mace and see. I already know Bimroth is down.
Of course he is.
Oh my fucking god.
We're
Here
getting the goop troop back.
Here we fucking go again. Jesus
Is it
Christ.
wait, is
You
it going
thought-
to be them fighting the dragons?
Oh, fuck. Alright. Well, I will tell you this. I don't even know if you guys can even realistically make it to Rime of the Frostmaiden right now, because we have to resolve this shit before anything happens. Oh my god. I need to think. I need time to plan. I need time to think and strategize and figure out what's going on. So we're ending the session here. That being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I can't wait till next session. Wait, is next session the session 10?
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it is session 10, baby, let's go! You can't make this shit up. Oh my god. Well, I'm gonna break down stream. I'll see if I can raid somebody and go into there. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Butcher.
Where is the fucking thing? Hold on, I had to just switch overlays like 8 times. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys for everybody who decided to tune in and watch. This is gonna be something. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys for all the raids and everything that sort of occurred and happened. I appreciate each and every single one of you. You guys are freaking awesome. That said, we're gonna get going and all that stuff soon. We're gonna see if we can just quickly raid somebody. Make sure to join the Discord and all that stuff. We got a session tomorrow around the Frostmaiden, as we're gonna be continuing these shenanigan-filled sessions and all that stuff. Let's see, anybody streaming or rolling together? Nope, no one's streaming. All right, I don't feel like raiding anybody, so we're just gonna end it like usual. I'm gonna go get some food and get yeah, pretty much go hang out and chill. That said, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.